was never anyone to love him.
I know you try. Look at my eyes. Sever my ties like I'm chicky with a knife. Death on my mind. Fall out the sky. I'm out of time, so let me die. I know you try. Look at my eyes. Sever my ties like I'm chicky with a knife. Death on my mind. Fall out the sky. I'm out of time, so let me die. Demons on my shoulder, but your tears are why I'm sad. She called me a monster, do you think it makes me glad? I know I got my problems and sometimes I let them spaz. And my thoughts are filled with you, PTSD drives me mad. Young say ignore this, darkness is all I have. Feeling all this pain, turn my sadness up a tad. Wearing all this guilt, drag me down like some shoulder pad. Light a cigarette inside the rain, then flick the fucking ash.
I could. But I was wrong. When I saw him on the monorail, he looked at me like he'd never known me. There was no recognition at all. Like I was some phantom that never really existed.
See Luffy go boop bop, zoop boop zing. If I don't see Luffy hit him with the zoop wop, woo wop, boo wop, boop zing, I'ma be mad.
Things I've never felt.
I need that ooh wop, zoop zoop, zappity zoop back, bing bong. That's what I'm trying to see, bro. I'm trying to see that. I'm trying to see all that wacky shit, bro. I need it. Where am I at? What's happening? I just prayed on my internet. just give me 2 hours. 2 hours uninterrupted for the love of Christ. I don't know what's going on sometimes because yesterday it was not trying to work, bro. But I'm gonna do this live reaction. I didn't read it yet. And then Miles and I don't know if Pat, I'll text Pat actually. If they want to hop in the stream. We'll talk about it. I mean, I'll go on Discord now for the one time. Just you can just hop in and be in there. But one moment, uno momento. Moment s'il vous plaît. I hate Discord is so extra how it opens. Like just open. Stop doing the most. I just gotta do the most every time. All right, I am in boardroom just in case. I'm hoping for a good chapter. I don't know what to expect. I would argue just based off intuition. It seemed a little less tame. Like people didn't seem as excited, so I think the chapter just kind of calmed down a bit. But let me pull it up. Actually, don't have it open because I'm a moron. TCB scan. Shout out to y'all doing God's work. I'm not Rizo. It's over. Good night. You guys have yourselves a good day. I'm gonna be out. Thank you for I'm Rizo. I'm already unmoved. Okay, let's see. We'll withhold judgment. Let's just see what happens. We'll withhold judgment. All right. Let me see now. Drummer 6 a double 6 cold-blooded voyage. A pair of intruders on Pudding's turf. Chocolate Town. Chocolat. What should I do? What should I call that? Wait, what should I call that last move? Gomu Gomu no something? Bro, you killed him. He's dead. You put a fist through his head. Call it Gomu Gomu no I won. Let me see. Tell me one thing. He's on the ground. Who the hell are you? Luffy looks confused. How nostalgic that rhythm. Doom doot da. Doom doot da. Joy Boy. Hey Joy Boy. It's as if you're right there. How exhilarating. This is Junisha speaking. Big old elephant. What's up, Miles? How you doing, bro? I swear I heard him in here. Maybe I'm tripping. Am I tripping? No, he's there. He's just muted. Looks fine. First of all, where are my talking thingies? I don't see them. There's the people. I see the chat. Where the nibbas at? Here we go. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, hey Joy Boy. It's as if you're right here. How exhilarating. This all feels like fate, but I can't help but think that we should put our faith in this boy. Who, me? I'm Monkey D. Luffy, the man who's gonna be king of the pirates, and surpass you and become king of the pirates. Okay, very Luffy thing to say. Glad to see you still got that big mouth, Straw Hat. We call this an awakening. Your mind and body are finally able to harness the potential of your ability. And what a ridiculous power it is. Oh, I thought he was gonna explain. I thought he was gonna go into more detail. I'm a little disappointed. I've lost a lot on this war. What did you lose? I lost my men. Man, fuck them gifters, them losers, them pleasurers. Stop it. My castle, you can rebuild that. Everything I built here, but I suppose the same is true for you. Did Luffy lose a lot too? I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about it after. I'm not through yet. I'm taking back everything you've stolen, no matter what. Oh, Kaido hit him with a rush attack. Oh shit! I just closed the chapter. Look at that mess. What was this? Gundari meteor shower. Okay. I love how like Luffy's now when he gets hit by something and like the complete form of it, like he's like even more rubbery. But he counters and ooh, those blows look massive. Is he making Kaido's body rubber? Or is he hitting him that hard? Like, do you remember when like 16 and then 17 and Piccolo were trading punches, but they were so strong? Like, I think, is it like that or is it just like the rubber thing? Huh? Cough, cough. For fumes to reach up here, the whole castle must have gone up in flames. That means thousands of your men are trapped in the inferno below. They're gonna roast to death. I left everything down there to them. Luffy does the Sonic legs, okay? I've got nothing to worry about other than sending you flying. Devastating gust. This man really got like elements. Like it's crazy. He got elemental attacks for real. Whoa, Luffy just went. He hit the stilts. No, I don't want to move from the rooftop, bitch. What do you mean live floor, interior dome? I'm not trying to see this right now. Go back. Go back. Go back. No. No. All right. Put it out. It's not just a castle. All the towers are going up too. Nami. It says Chopper. What are we to do? The fire won't go out. Chopper. I can't find Zoro, Sanji, Frank, and Usopp, Robin, Brook, or Jinbei. I think they might still be trapped. Their voice seems to be shaking with the text there. Seriously, but how can we reach them? Onigashima is basically a giant pyre right now. Oh no, I'm tripping. There's nowhere else to run unless we find a way to land. Zeus, how about your rain? A flame this big would just eat me up. Raizo season? Exactly, bro. Basement. Castle interior, it's no use. We're surrounded. There's no escape. Damn it all! Says, is that Beppo? Nah, bro. I'm done, bro. Law, I'm so sorry, dog. Law, I'm so sorry. You got no hitters, bro. You got no killers on your squad. I'm so sorry, bro. He really is a lone all-star on a bad team carrying. Like, what is Beppo? Beppo, please. Please, man. I love his introduction, but Beppo just not done anything, dog. This nigga got no hitters, bro. Anyways, I'm not good with heat. You're being a real pain, Beppo. Youch. Hot. This might be it. I don't think we're gonna make it. Save us, Captain. Basement. My lord, how awful. You must have suffered a lot to end up like this. No, I'm not a burnt up corpse, you hear? I like that. That's funny. We have to find a way to get everyone outside. There may not be one. Central Hall, left main tower. Whoa. There's Sanji, my guy. No good. Even if we get outside, the garden is gone. Of course, Sanji's there with hella bitches. Basement. EBB. It's a mild burn. Man up. Break the wall already before we both die. Who cares if it costs you an arm? EB? There's no point of having a big body if you don't use it. EBB. It's fucking stupid ass creature. What do you want to go, bastard? I can't leave a poo still out here making moves. Basement. Lethal green star sprinkler. That dinky little water's not doing nothing, Usopp. That's not doing nothing, fam. You're wasting your energy, sir. Is that the giraffe guy? Don't talk to me, you freak. Oh, you freak. You have a neck growing out your butt. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to God Usopp, dog. Don't look at his direction. You're not worthy. Shut up. I got something to do. I gotta do something. I made a promise to Iza. I'm gonna save Kin, Kiku, and myself to boot. Don't forget about me, sir. Right brain tower. This fire's getting out of hand, says Frankie. Why am I even... Is he holding Zoro? I can't even tell. Because he's one that found Zoro. I don't think I see Zoro. Maybe I'm tripping. No. I think that's him over his shoulder. Just kind of lazily drawn, I guess. Or not drawn that much. How am I doing? Why am I even? Which way am I meant to go? I gotta find Chopper soon as Zoro's not gonna make it. Okay, so you are correct. Okay, we're gonna burn to death before that. Say what's big, bro. Keep whining like a bunch of weaklings and I'll burn you myself. Look at Jinbei. He just stands up. He just clean. Like, look at my man's, bro. Fourth floor castle interior is ready, Jinbei. No, no. I am truly grateful that you have agreed to put your faith in me. Luffy decided to ally with you, Samurai. How could I possibly doubt you? Now let's go. Right. The feeling is mutual. I believe in you as well. Ever since that day, I swore I'd never be underprepared. Oh, Toki-sama, Momonosuke-sama, Hiyori-sama. Oh, is he gonna like? Is he gonna like water current into the scroll and is gonna like distribute it? That's gonna happen. What? Back then I couldn't even protect my lord Odin Stamma. Meanwhile, Monosuke Stamma and the rest of his family almost burned in his castle. Despite my ninjutsu, I was unable to protect any of them. I could never make up for that failure, but I will never let myself be that helpless ever again. Never. It's so. You know, Rashi, what is that rain? Is Zunisha washing herself? One in the same amount of water. May I take some? Oh, he took some water. Well, why? I will now allow the men who bravely joined our raid to die to a mere fire. Sorry for the delay, everyone. Prepare to be doused with an unbelievable supply of water. Nimpo. Scroll no jutsu. Nin. La fantomas. I try to make it sound cooler. Restoration. How immense. Oh no, he's blasting it at Jinbei and Jinbei's gonna... okay. Why did I think Jinbei was in the water? Okay, my fault. How immense. Water heart. Gojin Karate. I fucking love that shit. I don't know what move this is. Ocean, water, current shoulder throw. So he throws it in a couple directions. But that shit, yeah, it's like breaking through the wall. Like, it'll hurt somebody alive. Like, another dead end. We're done for BB-san. Like hell, after that battle, I won't lose to a lousy fire. Who started all these flames anyway? The water's coming at them. They get good every corner of the castle. Don't be late. May the water of Zo rescue our comrades. First floor, let me down. There's fucking killer. Sorry. Come on, this is the least you can let us do for your killer sound. Ow, hot. What do we do? There's nowhere left to go. Why is everything quaking suddenly? Water? We're saved. Hurry, Momonosuke. What? Why? Kaido was still alive. He's at his limit. He won't be able to sustain his flame clouds much longer. It's up to you now. You need to make strong enough clouds to go back to the fight. What? This was always our only option. Onigashi. Yo, is he holding the thunder in his hand, nigga? Zeus? Is that you? Onigashima was about to fall. So, okay. One Piece will return in a weekly Shonen Jump 21-22 with the color spread, taking the feature into their own hands. Okay, so they're both reaching their limits. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't dislike it at all. It just wasn't as hype as the last two, you know? Like, I feel like just pure, sheer excitement. But I didn't dislike it. Let me text Pat real quick. I don't know if he's available. He might be asleep. Miles, you here?
Yeah.
What do you think of the chapter, bro?
It was whatever.
Yeah, like you're not feeling after like the last couple ones you got, huh?
So
Yay!
I can list I'll list my positives and negatives. Positive, I will say.
Thank you, Mocha, by the way, for subscription. Sorry.
Yeah, I will say with each chapter passing, I'm glad we're showing that Luffy isn't some invincible god.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a very good thing. Like Kaido's still actually fighting back and harming him.
Yes.
So I think that's really, really good. I'm just so over the switching between POVs at this point. It is just killing the momentum.
Wait, what is killing the momentum? Sorry.
The consistent switching of POVs.
Okay.
Because I understand the importance of the scabbards and what they mean and shit, but like I just don't care right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think like their importance has been like highlighted. I don't know, like we're kind of at the crux of like Luffy finally reaching like kind of like the peak of power against one of like the most threatening people within the entire verse.
Mm-hmm.
And this has probably been a fight that has had more switching between different characters than any other fight within the entire series, and it just is really weird to me.
I hear you. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we needed a bit of a come down. I don't even know if I was too far from my mic, yo. My fault if I'm not loud enough. I don't know if I'm loud enough. Raizo D Ninja. Honestly, like, cool, cool little like thing that he did there. I just like, no, I mean, I guess, and I guess it's just ocean water. At the end of the day, it's nothing crazy. Like, it's just the idea. Like, no, I mean, ninja should be prepared. I'm okay. I just think that random flashback, like, can I get some Zoe water? Like, it's just sort of like a random thing to ask for. But I'm not mad at this. So it's fine. They should have jumped at the castle. Thought we were done with the side plot lines. I I echo what Pat said the last time. Where like when it comes to these dangerous things, I don't think we constantly need. I didn't even notice this. I don't know if I ever said I didn't notice this. Marge pointed this. Was it no? Actually, it was Dritz. Dritz pointed this out. I'm sorry. Dritz pointed this out in his downfall of One Piece video. That every single like major arc had like some type of like ticking time bomb sort of thing, like a literal bomb, the bird cage, Wano about to drop on the Capitol, like something like that. Like, and I think that's got a little played out. I can do without that. So that's not moving me. I'm with you in the Scabbards. The Scabbards have kind of lost their luster for the most part. Like my favorite was always Ashura Doji and then Kiku, and Kiku's a bozo now. So I can't rep Kiku. She's a clown. I don't respect what Kiku did in the face of Conjuro. I can't with that. Ashura Doji's my favorite. He is dead. So I'm kind of left with no one. Like Kinemon obviously has like the Osuru storyline still going on, but I don't like Kinemon like that. I don't dislike him, just not someone that I particularly love, you know. So like
The concept of like faking of their deaths and like
that's a
not killing
yeah.
Conjuro has completely killed any like momentum of like air I have for it. They're just completely unserious. I just can't take them seriously at all. Like
Cause like I'm not like I still think it's a very moving, telling, touching tale kind of thing that will like be kind of bittersweet if not Raizo, I'm sorry, Kinemon actually doesn't get to see his wife ever again in that sense. He dies in the war.
yeah,
I think that's actually like powerful. Them reuniting is cool, but them not being together is still powerful in my honest opinion. So
I would
it
agree.
shows like duty, sacrifice, the honor of a samurai, and you know she could still be proud and named that you know he did this and that, whatever. Do y'all think the dialogue in the raid matches what's been going on? The tension almost wants us to feel sometimes more. I actually totally
No,
agree with you. Like Akuma Panda, like
not at all.
hold on, Scabbers, people love Wano Stings, except my boy Ashura packing up. Yes, yes. Okage, Raizo, honestly envy the Scabbers. He's done enough practical things that like he's fine, but I just don't know how he looks. He's a big ass head. Like I'm gonna find out Razzle's design, even though it's goofy, it's cool. But like, oh yeah, no, like I definitely like hearing him like I lost my men, my castle. You too, Luffy. You lost everything. I'm like, that's what you heard him like. Did you those pleasurers that you don't give a fuck about? Like, I do think that he's trying to kind of inject this false sense of like it's very dire intention artificially, and I don't like that.
Um,
But
bro, like you can't like tell. Like this is it's the ultimate show don't tell. You can't consistently scream in my face. It is dire when Kinemon survived a hit in the head at death's door from Kaido. I can't take you seriously. I'm sorry. I cannot. And then you bring him back with one of the most like random law never put me back like excuses with fart jokes. I can't take you seriously. There's no tension. And that's like fine, but like don't try to mask it up as something that it's not. That I think that's more annoying.
I think we're totally on the same page here. If there's no tension, there's no tension. What could you do about it? But don't try to artificially create it now. Like
Yeah.
I stand by like the like I still think Kaido himself is like a big threat. So like Kaido like still scares me. But like when anyone's like I really don't like think anything bad's gonna happen. I can't get mad at that. Like I don't think you're wrong for having that opinion. Because again, my general argument is that like this is probably one of the arcs. I would have to think about every arc where I felt the least amount of tension at this point, especially at this point. I just wouldn't say there's
It might be
zero.
this arc for me.
But no, I would have to think. But I haven't thought about each arc's level of tension deeply, so I don't know. It's probably this arc, but I'm just saying. Hold on at me when.
Oh, what was it the beginning? Like the beginning, I think had two really good pieces with like Kaido. With like one is like the question again of like who the hell are you? So, like, to me, I feel like Kaido is sensing something off because he already asked the question, "What are you?" Which I think he kind of got his answer. Was like, okay, no, he's awakening, but now he's saying, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
And it's like he doesn't know who Luffy is. So now I'm like really curious of like, is he starting to pick up the cues of like maybe a Joy Boy thing or just something else is going on? You know what I mean?
I had that thought for a second. And Kaido has on a couple occasions proven to me that he's like smarter than you would think he is, that he would come across.
Mm-hmm.
It's consistent with even Momonosuke and Yamato being unsure it was Luffy until they de-transformed and retransformed. Where it's like, I would argue the presence he's giving off in this form is different from maybe the aura, presence, ambience, or voice that they feel when he's naturally in any other form. That's what's
Okay.
come across to me more so than it's like they're sensing a different person. Because I think by this point, even with Yushina saying Joy Boy, I think we can put our faith in this person. That is a figure that has come and gone, is dead now. He had this fruit, but he's dead now. That's how I
Right.
interpreted it. I could be wrong though, but that's how I took it. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand why you said that though. Like I had that thought for a split second. Like, is he, because you were looking for Joy Boy, so you could like, did you pick something up there? But I guess what would add more credence and credibility to that is like, I need to know what Kaido really knows about the truth of the world and whatnot. I actually don't know how much he does and doesn't know. You feel what I'm saying?
That's very true.
So that would give me more insight into that. I don't know. Kaido right now is in meathead mode. Like I'm trying to fight. So yeah. Kinemon survived, but Blue Scarf died. That's wild based on their life bar when they took the same. You know how it is with this series sometimes. But yeah, like I really didn't think it was like I didn't dislike the chapter, but
It was the
I'm
average.
at one of those points where like like the hierarchy of my interest is very plain to see. So the moment you move from Kaido and Luffy, you're going to get a lower level of engagement from me naturally. I'm sorry. Maybe that's not fair,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is. When Kid and Law were still fighting with Big Mom and other fights were going on, I still had other fights I cared about, so it was fine. This is the only remaining one-on-one battle. So, and actually, I'm actually like, I don't mind talking about this for now. I'm actually interested in your thoughts on like currently like kind of where you would rank this fight. Start with overall, like how much you like the fight with Kaido and Luffy, or Rooftop and Luffy, whatever, or Kaido, whatever you want to call it. And now actually I'll follow up after. But what are your thoughts on this? Is it good? Is it delivering? Is there emotional tension? Is it
I
choreographed well? Like, what are you thinking?
This is like the to me this is the saving grace of Wano.
Mm-hmm,
Like genuinely,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it like if Luffy and Kaido's fight wasn't as good as this, I would probably say this is the worst arc in One Piece personally. Uh, I think this is a top 5 fight. Even
In
like even
general, okay,
without
okay.
yeah even if you excluded Gear 5,
Mm-hmm.
I think just the beginning to what it is to even the previous setups of previous fights, because it gave me that crocodile feel of like, no, Kaido really is the one. Like he is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the combination of Luffy getting the new hockey forms, getting his new moves with Rio, learning Conquerors, and the actual choreography in of itself is very good for straight up brawling style of these two people. It it's very good. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Like I would have to when it's over, I'm gonna go back and re-see. I don't think it's better than Luffy versus Katakuri, but I don't know. It might be better than Luffy versus Lucci, honestly.
That's interesting to me. Because well, actually, your answer surprised me. So I guess my follow up might not hold as much weight. But like, I was gonna ask you, as amongst Luffy's fights, where would you rank it? So do you think that this is like top
At
three
least
Luffy?
3 for right.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
think it's 3 for right now. Yeah.
okay. So my answer to this question is, let me see now. This, I agree with you being like, this is the Wano's lifeblood. This is what's giving me life here. Like if this wasn't happening,
100%.
I don't know. I might be fighting the air. Like I don't know what to tell you. Um, so I agree on that front. It's not one of my like it's hype. It's got a lot of things I like about it, but it's not one of my favorite fights in One Piece. If you force me to like make a top 10 One Piece fights, I'm sure it would make the top 10. I don't know where. Maybe a 6 or a 7. And
Mhm.
amongst Luffy's fights, let me think. I like my favorite fight in anime in general or manga is Rob Lucci versus Monkey D. Luffy. That's my favorite fight in general.
I'm not mad at that. I'm taking the Katakuri one, but I understand.
I actually got Luffy versus Don Krieg second. I think that fight's incredible. I love that fight. Third, I'm not.
The Battle of the East Blue Legend. Man.
Exactly. Come on now. Come on now. After rereading One Piece, I actually like his like 3-round gauntlet with Crocodile a lot more.
Very, very good.
So I'll put that third. Then I'll put Cat. Then maybe I'll put Kaido. The Doflamingo fight is the one that I actually don't really like it.
I think it's arguably probably one of his worst.
Yeah. Okay. So you were on the same page there. Like I don't dislike it. It's not bad. Just like comparatively, I'm like, this is not the one that was moving me like that. Like I enjoyed Nightmare Luffy and oh shit, that I knew I was forgetting something. Usopp versus Luffy. That's in my top 5 too. But I can never recall that one when I need to in the moment. I hate that one. But Krieg top 2 fight for me. Yeah. I like this. Come on, man. That shit was so gas. But I'm not mad what you said with the Kaido thing. The Rob Lucci one for me is the one fight I think Luffy has where I would argue delivers on it in every capacity. That's why I like it so much.
I think it's his most tension based fight.
Yeah, like it's when I think of Luffy's defining kind of like major, like I mean you might think differently for different series. Like I argue for like Bleach, it's probably Ichigo versus Byakuya, if not Grimmjow or maybe Ulquiorra, but I'd probably put the Grimmjow or Byakuya fight as just like defining kind of like classic early battle kind of thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure how to phrase it, but you know what I mean. Like Goku versus Vegeta or maybe Frieza, I think is a really good one to pick for the series like that. Naruto versus Sasuke Part 1. I would say is that series like Naruto's kind of like major like defining fight. For me, that's Rob Lucci and Luffy. I think the choreography is amazing, especially for Oda. I don't think Oda often choreographs well. Like I noticed a lot of small things when I was older, like sequence of events being pretty clear in terms of counter punch, who's doing what first. When he's trying to use Madara spots on him, Luffy would like keep a gap open in his finger so he can slide his claw down and catch it like this. Like very small details like that. I thought the Kamisori, how it would move, kind of like if you had a key, and I thought it looked really good. And then the emotional weight of like if you lose, like Robin is gone, and then you like I thought it hit and delivered on everything from top to bottom. Even the build up to that moment was hype. New transformation, gear third, everything. Like I even had some funny scenes that I like when Luffy was tiny and still hit him. Like bro, I'll still fight, nigga. Like I don't give a damn. Like I can't think of one thing that fight didn't have. So that's why it's my favorite.
And this is why this is why Wano pisses me off, and this is why people say One Piece. The thing is, Oda doesn't care as much about fights as we are, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? Easily. I'm a meathead. I love my fights. Yeah. But when Oda actually puts the time and dedication into his fights,
it's good though, right?
They're phenomenal.
You're like me. You're mad because you're like you could do it. Just do it.
That's exactly. I know you have the capabilities to hit every note when it comes to fight. So when I see you not doing it, it pisses me off more because I feel like you're just kind of like jipping. Because like I know you can do good fights.
Zoro versus Das Bones, I'd argue, is the second best one. From maybe no, we could make.
I like Zoro versus Kaku more.
I'm not mad
because I think the choreography is better, but I do think Das Bones and Zoro is a more impactful one, especially when you have Zoro's arguably one of Zoro's best moments when it's cutting steel.
Here's what I'll say. I love Kaku versus Zoro.
I think the Das Bones finish is the best finish, like for Zoro's fights.
It's one of the best fights in this series. I think it's well choreographed, whatever. I think the thing that I really notice about the fight with the Das Bones that really makes me happy, like I didn't notice the first couple of times, is Zoro's frustration coming out on the page very subtly but powerfully. Like he's really trying to just swing harder. Do more blunt force trauma, more power in the swing. Like he is frustrated. He can't cut this dude. Like I could see it after he throws the building and he dices it and he's coming. This man he's like visibly frustrated. Go back and read it and look at the fight kind of beginning when he's talking his shit, and then when he's not cutting him, Look how more frustrated and aggressive Zoro becomes over there. I think he portrays that so well. I can't unsee it. And I give him mad credit for that. That's probably the only major thing I'm giving it to put over the Kaku fight. But that fight's incredible. I still think that's probably overall Zoro's best fight. I love that fight a lot, man. Pasta Machine will never not be wrong.
Yeah, the thing with the Kaku fight is like I love it because it kind of starts off when he fights Kaku, and Kaku's like, "Oh, I have 4 swordsmen." And I can't remember if Zoro makes a thing like more swords won't help you or some shit. And the thing is, Zoro beats him in swordsmanship.
Yeah.
Honestly, he is better. So then Kaku pulls out the giraffe, right? And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a swordsman, but at the same time, I'm now a devil fruit user, and I'm also a master of Rokushiki."
Yes.
And then once you see Kaku really pull out the stops, you kind of get back that feeling of like, dang, CP9 really is just a very strong group. And like the small, like the thing is, the Ins lobby is great is because a lot of the guys really have strong variations of the Rokushiki techniques. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Jobber can move while using Tekai. He has like his like wolf style like jumping what's the flying kick one called?
It's Lupus 4, that one, the Lupus 4 bouncing Rankyaku.
Yes. Kaku, he does his when he spins and has like the most like, destructive kick.
Yeah, and you get the shuriken ones and everything. Like his
Kaku makes himself into a box and tech eyes and then does a punch where he does the finger gun with his nose. Like there's a lot of shit that they do where it's like these guys, they're technicians.
Yeah.
These are true blue like technical fighters.
They're not Hajin-san, they're real technicians.
They're not. Yeah, they're not like the OG Hostley.
Shout out to the HMBs. But yeah.
Yes, and that's why I like it because I feel like this is like the apex of like seeing like all the Straw Hats grow and like really like step into like being like kind of like freshly born powerhouses.
Okay.
And that's why I really like the Luffy versus Lucci one because Luffy's like his overcoming of Lucci is very impressive. Even like there are points in the fight where you're like, how can Luffy compete? When he hits him with the secret technique, the basically airwave Kamehameha, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he pieces up Luffy again. And then Luffy's like, "You're not getting me with that again." And then
grabs
Luffy
him by the
grabs
tail?
him with the tail.
Side-eyed.
Luffy. And you can see Luffy's face where Luffy's actually like at a loss of like, oh no.
Oh man.
And he hits him again.
It's the first time I was scared for him to lose again. Like, nah, bro, my heart beating fast. Nah, get up, nigga. But
I was like, dude, Luffy, he can't do it. Because I feel like that it was also one of like Luffy's more even fights in the Grand Line. You know what I mean? Because a lot of it was Luffy overcoming. You know what I mean? Crocodile worked him twice, and now was better than Luffy, but Luffy just had the advantage with his Devil Fruit. Mm-hmm. And even then, it still wasn't like he washed him out. You know what I mean? He had to do I'm stupid now, you can't track me. Yeah.
All kind of shit like that. He was trying to figure out a way around his mantra.
Yeah, he still had to avoid Enel's spear and like usage of gold. Like there was multiple things that they had to do to circumvent that. But the Rob Lucci one I feel like is once Luffy stepped in the ring in In's lobby, it was this can go either way.
Okay.
And I think that's where the big tension comes from, as we said with something like Ichigo and Byakuya, or even Ichigo or Grimjaw, where it's like these are equals. Mm-hmm. That's the scary part. It's not like Luffy has to overcome because he's at the level on any small mistake that happens could result in him losing. They're both that good.
And I generally like when both combatants are on an equal footing or like negligible, like in terms of like the power gap, because I always think they.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. One Piece is much more about moments and clashes than fights like a newspaper. I totally agree with that for the most part. Like. Again, I'm with like my is something that like no one's ever really said that I've always kind of thought, where it's just like I know Oda can craft a great fight, so when he doesn't, it kind of frustrates me because I think the Katakuri and Luffy one is really good too.
I think that's his best.
I think if we're talking, I was gonna say in a lot of ways, if we're speaking strictly only choreography, there's a lot of things that he's done that I never really seen him do beforehand and since then maybe.
Yeah.
I remember this one specific sequence in my head. I hope I remember it correctly though, where he's using feature sight, and I think Luffy like punches at him, and it's like a leg sweep, but he like I think it flips out the way, but it was very clear to me in which order it happened. Like,
Yes.
like Katakuri. Actually, hold on. Katakuri moved preemptively. Luffy attacked. Katakuri dodged. Then he tried to dodge the like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh, that's Toriyama-esque. That's really good. Like, so. Zoro versus the Shandians was good, especially the
Very good
first.
fight.
Oh, one was Brahma's not bad. His fight with Ohm with Holy and Gandalf and Wiper, like the little battle royale was cool. I didn't mind that.
IP has great fights.
How do you feel about the Enery one? Out of curiosity, because I still like it from a symbolic and like finishing standpoint, and just like what it is. That's the one where the choreography is not moving me like that. But I still like it. I still like the fight. I just
when I see for me, I like Enel more so when he's just being like being a god. You know what I mean? He's one of those characters where like I enjoy him just like if there's ever like someone in One Piece where I would just rather prefer you seeing someone just dominate someone in a fight. It's someone like Enel. I think that's where the enjoyment comes in because when he steps in and just starts waxing everybody. That's when you're like, hey, he's not capping about the god shit. He really is a god. You're not fucking with him.
You're moving different. Not
and
like
so that's what I prefer. The fight with Luffy, it's I think it's not a bad fight, but it's not like one I really ever look back on like and like adore.
I think the finisher is something I could always look back on. Like him ringing him with the bell was awesome, but other than that, it's kind of. I mean, I like watching Taco Hana being no and he's like, Nami's like, when I turn my brain on, I can't attack, and Nami's like, back again. Like I could enjoy it, but I'm with you there. I was just curious, okay, because I really don't dislike Luffy and Kaido. I do. It's just not one of my favorites right now. But you know what? I am interested in kind of rereading it in totality with a bit of hindsight and retrospect to see how stuff has changed because, you know, there's a lot of things about a lot of stories change when I reanalyze it, especially if I get a little older. Because, like, there's probably things about One Piece that I didn't really like or care or appreciate or was able to notice when I was younger than I do now. So, you know? I still like Wano. Don't shame me. There's nothing wrong with you liking Wano. I'm not going to shame you for that. You like what you like, bro.
Yeah, like, it's just like, and that's why, like, I think Oda's, I don't know if it's like I'm not going to say lack of confidence, because I doubt that's anything that he probably has plenty of right now, but it's like, the way in which you keep switching between fights, it I don't know, it comes off as very, like, a weird choice to make. Because you didn't do it as much as you think in, like, pre-time skip. Like, with Ends Lobby fights, they were for the most part one and dones. They're like people like we knew they were moving throughout the building. We knew we had to get Robin. We knew we had to do these things. There wasn't points where like every 2 chapters were saying Robin. You know what I mean? When there's literally like a 4 or 5 chapter like thing of just Zoro versus Kaku. That's it. Or the 2 chapters of just Sanji straight versus Jabra. Like you get these moments isolated and you can really experience them for what they are without the consistent switching, which just throws off your view of it. And again, the choreography and the attachment just doesn't hit. Like the King versus Zoro fight's not a good fight to me. That's a horrible fight.
I really don't like it. Like
it's not good.
And the thing about I try very hard to. It's the thing about it. It's like I'm trying to. Like I promise you, I've reread it. I read that version where it just has the panels from the actual fight itself with no other moments and information. I can't. I do not enjoy that fight, bro. I don't enjoy it.
And as you said, like with you can see the beauty of Zoro's fights, as you say with Zoro versus Mr. One, or Zoro versus Kaku, where it's like I'm better than you in swordsmanship.
I actually made a video on it,
but you're beating me and everything.
Is this still up? Sorry, keep going. I think it was still up.
It might be.
Did I delete that?
And that's the thing. Like even with the Kaku thing, right? When you see Zoro's specific moves, we're like, okay, Kaku's overpowering because he's a Zoan, right? So when Kaku does a nose gun, Zoro does the Ichi Gorilla thing.
Ichi Gorilla.
You know what I mean? And then he's like, he pushes him back. And Zoro's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Zoro's like, hey, this guy has a long-ass neck. Let me cut the neck. So you actively see Zoro aiming for his neck specifically. And Kaku, like, having to dodge and do his weird square shit.
Because
and then he becomes
Zoro
a box.
was convinced that his neck was his weakness, and Kaku's like, nope.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So
got you.
you see these guys consistently trying to one up and find the weaknesses and then adapting.
You also only if you remember. I think when he does Tatsumaki, he's like, first I'll break your Tekkai, and after he did it, he disappeared. And Soru, he's like, I'm the one who decides when and when not to use it. Then Zero's like, okay,
Exactly.
so I got to go about this differently. Then you're actually right in a lot of ways that there was a lot more like of a kind of strategic exchange in the general, not in like a very overt sense where it's like, oh, it's so deep
Yes.
and strategy tactic, but like there was enough there. I think I always say with One Piece like combat, it's a little more nuanced than people give it credit for, but I'd never go overboard to say it's someone like a JoJo fighter or something, you know, like because those
And
guys just
that's
be
why I
thinking
say,
the whole fight for real, for real.
yeah, them niggas be. So you know how some of those old stories be. Them niggas be thinking too much. Niggas be doing 10-page essays in the middle of a fight, like.
Uh-huh.
But that's the beauty of like I think a lot of the old ones. It's like I think you can tell that these people are experienced fighters where they can think of shit on the fly to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I feel like Zoro's fighting the first commander of King, and this nigga's his shit's basic. There's nothing really there for his fighting style or what he can do.
Yeah.
All right, nigga, you can't get hurt, and you can become kind of fast. That's kind of cool. Like the coolest thing he did is his Looney Tunes helmet jab. Like that's
Oh, and he pulled on his
not
Kufi.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was that, and I guess his Lunarian Dragon Fire was okay, but I don't know. Do you think
It's,
Oda
yeah.
should have ended One Piece earlier?
No. I think he could have better time management though.
That's probably my answer. The story could be more efficient. That's all I can really say. I don't necessarily think the length is I kind of like. I know he originally said he wanted to do this in like 5 years. Like he's so off or something like that. But
Off as fuck.
I don't think it's about it needing to end earlier. I just do think that like, would you argue that sometimes, weirdly enough, Oda will kind of fast skip through the things we care about, but then slow
Yes.
down and put emphasis on the things we don't care about. And obviously, people care about different things, but I'd argue like usually when you're creating these type of stories, it's a general consensus of what most people do and don't want, right?
Yes.
So I think case in point example is we probably want to see a bit more of Sanji in the raid suit versus like a page one or something, like, you know, some moments like that where we're like, okay, let's see what the raid suit could really do. Because I'd argue that we never really got to see much of him in the raid suit. Like we really
At all.
didn't. Like we saw his siblings, but not really saw, like, not Stealth Black specifically do too much in it, and I think that's disappointing. But then I would say like he would focus on something that I would say is trivial. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like I really want to say Yasui because I don't fucking like him. I know his death was important and impactful and he was Damio or whatever. So I won't say that. But like him, I was like, bro, I don't care about this weird guy. I don't like him. Like I don't know, bro. But
Yeah, it's like
Zoro versus
Oda's-
Killer, I think was egregious to skip. I like that. I think that was bad personally. I don't think that one made sense to me.
bro, because Oda, it's not even like fights. It's as Gianni just said, even like with Reverie, it's like he
Reverie,
also
yes.
tends to he skips just basic important character interactions that are like valuable to the story in of itself, and that I think pisses me off even more than just some of the clashes we get. Because I've said this for a long time. The lack of things that we've seen from just Marines and shit, I think can be easily remedied with the style that Oda does, right? Like at the end of every arc, you already kind of give newspapers out to show how like the world kind of reacts to the Straw Hats. Dude, give us a chapter of 2 of just actual other players doing shit in the world. It's like that compiled with every single arc would give us so much just extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
And with just 1 chapter or 2 chapter after every arc, you're not getting away from Luffy because I know how the East loves their main characters. That's why we had to get away from the Reverie. But
and even in the Reverie, he's there because it's like,
way.
oh, you fan of Lucy? I like Luffy. I am also a fan. Luffy also helped. Like it was like he was there in spirit.
Yeah.
So
it's just like one of those things that's like, bro, like you have such a big world. Like I feel like it's kind of sad when Oda doesn't fully show it to us.
He's not.
because there's just so
You
much
say
there.
he's not maximizing his potential in a lot of ways. Because while One Piece,
100%.
I would say One Piece still has general good world building. I actually do believe that. I still believe that to this day.
I agree.
And the lore is still really, really good, or solid at the very least, or better than average. But I think what he gets wrong at this point is, you know how I will say that people dismiss the characters as part of the world building. I think he's not as great as that as he used to be, because I think one of the hypest things we all saw the first time in One Piece was seeing people react to the fact that Luffy has a bounty. That's important. I don't think a lot of storytellers really understand even the rabble, just the random characters around the world and stuff, actually really have an integral role to play. This means you have to give them emphasis and give them like a lot of screen time. But trust me, that went a long way just to see like Shanks react, and like even I think the mayor of Luffy's village being like, oh, disgrace, like disgrace to like those things really go a long way. And I think that he should bring that back more. I do think you like saying like we don't get to kind of like, I thought like us seeing Ace versus Blackbeard was such a really powerful moment, because we saw two other very powerful pirates going at it. We get the whole thing, but I'd argue for the time period and that moment, if you don't want to show too much what they can do, that was enough. That was good enough. I will take that. That was fine. And it's just like, I would have loved something like Kid overcoming something, even if it's like we reading the newspaper. And like we flash back to Kid, like maybe he's bandaged up after it, and it's like that fight was crazy, and he just kind of thinks about it briefly. And we, like I do think that would go a long way personally. So.
And that's why this pisses me off, because we live in a world where everybody is gunning for a specific title. Therefore, everybody is going to be doing whatever they can to reach new heights of fame and power. So there's no reason why you can't show us doing simple things of. You don't have to show full fights, but Kid fighting some of the commanders of these Yonkos, people fighting other famous pirates around the world. Because I'm sitting here now wondering, how has anybody gotten any bounty, because no one has any actual feats within the story? You know what I mean?
Well, they're on paper off screen.
Yeah, like Oda, you don't have to show everything, but like show me something. Like even of Kobe's like journey, right? Like, you could have shown a little bit of the, what's the thing where him and Lon were at?
The Rocky Port incident?
Show us a little bit of that. What happened?
And he actually has a really good way of being able to tell a lot of stories without necessarily interfering with the main chapter, and that's the cover story. So I really think at times he's used it really well, and sometimes I'm like, why aren't you using this to tell this story? So it's kind of strange.
Like using a cover story like for Caribou, I think was just pointless. Relatively pointless, because you can tell a lot of good stories with the cover stories. Like even like we can go back to the crocodile one, right? Where they like what was happening with his crew.
The color. You're talking about when they impaled down.
Yes.
When they were getting shipped impaled down, and Crocodile and Dasbone decides not to escape. Yeah, go ahead.
And then it just kind of ends, and like they how everybody was like kind of dealing after losing to Luffy and all this shit, and then it ends with like the Miss Golden
Week's color trap, and you saw that thing wanted to be a hero, and Crocodile wants to be Pirate King. That's his dream.
And that
goes a long way.
That goes a long way. And as you said in your Crocodile vote, you explained how like that really goes in like how Crocodile is the loser. He's the silver medalist.
Yeah.
And that's a very important point that goes a long way. You can do this with so many other characters.
But even Dasbone's wanting to be a hero, I thought was so telling, because I'm like, in my head, for some reason, a lot of characters that aspire to be heroes in a lot of these shows and books that I read end up becoming assassins. I find it fascinating. What comic book there's a comic book I'm thinking of. It'll come to me. Give me a second. It'll come to me. Like him. I think of like from Fate. Emiya. It's not Kuritsu. Whatever. Anyways, in Fate Zero, he wanted to be a hero too, and he became a killer. It's just I thought it was interesting. Let me just catch up with the comments real quick. Kids, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Reverie. That's a wrong opinion to have. But also, we didn't get Reverie, so it's nothing to not like. We didn't get it.
we just got Rev.
There we go. We got Uri. Kid's plotline in Wano should have been prevalent before the raid, like him being up a killer again. I also think Kid, if he's really supposed to be Luffy's rival, and this was the one you had in mind before, I thought I don't know, man. I'm done with it, bro. True. Like with Shanks, Whitebeard, that was good. Yeah, that was good skipping. So much. I understand not wanting to create a glass ceiling you want to break. So something like showing Whitebeard and Shanks clashing in the sky, opening up is fine. I actually don't have a problem with the Kainu and Aokiji fight being skipped either. There's certain ones where I can't think of any good reason except like you don't feel like doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Conjure versus Scabbards round one. Every skip during the Odin flashback was heartbreaking. No, I hear that one. I did like the One Piece montage though. Like finding the One Piece montage, that was fun. I want more moments like the Water 7 conflict between Luffy and Usopp. Like some more like interpersonal like conflict within the crew itself. I would like one more major moment like that, but I doubt we'll get it at this point. I think we would have had. I think we lost some opportunities to have some, but I hear you. The cover story alone being its own story goes on. That's really good rope bending if you watch like Pound and Lola's reunion in Beige. Yeah, that was good. The thing about H versus BB is we weren't sure of the conclusion. Yeah, they were just like that. This fight set off a chain like that was really good narration. That narration was powerful, and Whitebeard versus the World or the Marines was a big deal. I understand fair criticism. I like the CP9 incident report the most. I was good when after they lost and they were like, "Yeah, I remember that." I like Kobe being in a dress or something. Smoker, Emiya. You mean Shiro's dad? Yes, sorry, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Shiro,
Yeah,
like,
like
he's not that
Cobra
fat.
Smoker.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. Sorry. Yeah, you can go on. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, like I always found it funny. A lot of characters just like but Keith Keith wanted to become a hero too, if I remember correctly. And we in a lot of ways even Shiro when he becomes Emiya, does it kind of like he's more of a heroic spirit. Like I just find it funny with the hero complex how like some of them end up turning out to be kind of like not a hero. Or at least maybe not. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think an assassin could be a hero in some way, but
Yeah, I think it's like maybe like the dark road of like sometimes it's necessary to
there's necessary
take lives for the greater good.
What's the line thing you say for the sake of the greater good I walk amongst the evil? So even better yet, Hamepo kicking ass and taking names could have been a badass and funny. I agree with that. Whole Cake Isle is my top one arc. That's actually you might be the first person I've heard ever say that. And I respect that. I don't mind. I think it's one of the better time skip arcs. I do think there's been a lot of revisionist history on Whole Cake. Like I remember when it was happening.
I love Whole Cake.
No one loved it. Sanji sucks. He's the worst. Blah blah blah. Katakuri. He don't got future side. Blah blah blah. Yada yada. Okay. And now I think the tune around it is changing. I don't see the same amount of vitriol for Whole Cake Island as before. Oddly enough, I think some people are starting to come around more on Dressrosa, but they won't drop the Dofi thing. Dofi's still like the lifeblood of that arc. And you know me, I like Doflamingo, but I'm not as high on him as other people, so that's not carrying it for me. So for me, it's like, Dofi's cool. I like him, but he's not my guy. He's not one of my favorite One Piece antagonists personally. Though I acknowledge that he's one of the better ones. I think like objectively being impartial. Yeah, I do think so. He's better, but he wasn't moving me.
I think my thing that really makes me appreciate Dofi is just the actual fact that he actually loves his family. I think if that part wasn't there, I probably would not give as much care for him.
That is powerful. I agree with you. That is powerful. Because it's especially like the main ones. Like he's like he actually even is visibly distraught when he has to sacrifice Monet and Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you kind of humanize the villains like that a little bit, you give them you make them a little more powerful. I do think you can go overboard sometimes and do too much. Where I'm like, oh brother, like okay, I get it, like but.
Mm-hmm.
Love you, Crocodile Supremacy, Buggy over Croc. Buggy over Croc is crazy. Even though I'm not mad at it, it's crazy. But Crocodile Supremacy, I'm here for.
I really want Buggy. I want Buggy to just come out and say I've been trolling about being weak this entire time. I just think that'd be hilarious.
Oh my god! Like he was actually OD strong the whole time. That would be crazy. I couldn't stand Trable, son. Trable, I couldn't stand either, bro. I can't. It's the snot. The snot is what was making me mad. Like,
I couldn't stand that.
I'm a hygiene freak a little bit. I won't lie to you. So that's just, I was off putting. Like, bro, suck up this snot, bro. Like, ew. You're a grown ass man.
I like Trayvon. Once I saw him throw the ship, I was like, okay, he's actually kind of nice. Diamante, I can't put respect on Diamante. He's ass. I'm sorry.
I really think Virgo was carrying them niggas low key. Like Virgo was the one.
No, 100%.
He was his second in command. It was his second strongest officer. It was Virgo. It wasn't Diamante. It wasn't Pika. It wasn't who I forget. Whatever. It wasn't them.
Yeah, his other commanders. Like,
I want Crocodile to come back in the story so bad. I don't know what I just don't feasibly know what Oda would do with him. And if he's gonna make me mad, mad like make him get packed up and washed, I'd rather him not show back up again. So
I just feel like the final war is just gonna have everybody.
yeah.
That's just it's just gonna be like, okay, we're here.
But it's just like
shit. As long as full fight. I just want a full fight, no clashes.
With who?
I don't. With Crocodile, like that's the thing with Marineford. I think people overrate how good the fights were because there's not a single fight in Marineford.
There's no fights in Marineford. It's all clashes. It's a very. I always tell people it's a very reserved war. Like I actually understand why. He's like, I'm not letting Kizaru and Garp and my top tiers go crazy here. It's too early.
Yeah.
He may have not even known exactly what he wants to do with everything. I don't even think he had hockey figured out yet completely. So it's like, it's too early. I was okay with that, but you're right. Like Marineford was a bunch of like clashes and people going up on whatever. Like I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying the clashes weren't interesting, but there wasn't many traditional like 1v1s. Whitebeard and Kainu kind of, Blackbeard and Whitebeard kind of. I would say like there was some here and there, but the anime does extend most of those scenes. So even the manga, I would argue it's usually just like a couple panels and you keep it pushing. Like Mihawk versus Luffy wasn't long.
Yeah, they're
and
for
Buggy
the character
came,
moments.
Yeah.
No, it's not about the fights. It's about the character moments of like things like learning. Oh, Ace is the son of Roger. Mm-hmm. Luffy's trying to save him. Like Luffy's banter with even Whitebeard was great.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Though I find it well, you know what? His interest in Luffy was different because I remember like he did not treat Ace that way when Ace was bolsterous and like I'll beat you. He's like you're fucking weak, nigga. So. But Luffy seemed to be impressed, but he probably heard enough from Ace. Like that's a different relationship. Yeah. Because I'm sure Roger looked at Ace once. Roger, that's crazy. Edward, well, here we go. Government name. Edward looked at Ace once and said, "That's Roger's kid." 100%.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say even with the Luffy thing, when Crocodile tries to take Whitebeard's hat, right? I mean, I love Crocodile, but Whitebeard would have murked him at that point. Mm-hmm. But when Luffy blocks it. And Mark was like, ooh, Ace's little bro got moves. It's just small things like that, I think, are the highlights of that arc.
And Crocodile, Crocodile didn't even, I remember people like, Crocodile's like, admitted he can beat him. Like, no, he didn't. He said that he knows exactly how to fight him because he literally knows his weakness to a T. Like, It's one thing I think is just water. He knows probably any liquid would work. So, take what back? The Buggy is fine, or that's Pika's a joke, but he's actually really funny, so that's making him good. I actually think his high voice shit was funny, so I'm with you on that. Treyball is that homeless uncle. That's crazy. Not gonna I like Caesar. He's so pathetic. I feel bad for him. Shout out to Frieda's voice actor. I just like hearing him talk, I guess, is what I would say for Caesar. I think Buggy is important to the plot. Clowns are always important in literature, even the One Piece, Caesar Clown, and Roshinante. Buggy always failing up may not be a gag. Oda has a habit of hiding important details and jokes. I like what you have to say there.
Well, no, he's not even wrong. I think people even underestimate how much Buggy helped in Marineford. Unironically.
Yeah, like it's like he's kind of like tripping and fumbling and fluking his way into this, but it's still helpful.
Yeah, because he even saved Luffy when he caught him and Jinbei. Remember, him and Crocodile did the double team and got them out the way. He saved both their lives.
Yeah.
So he's around. He does his shit.
He does things. He does activities. Things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was talking to my friend about Gear 5th, and he brought up something that I guess I never considered. But he's like, I don't think this is it. And actually, no. Before I get to that, I hope I don't forget. I thought Kaido was going to explain why Luffy did what he did, kind of, and I was mad that he kind of did it, even though I don't know why he would know that. But he's like, your mind and your body
Okay,
can now fully comprehend and use your
that
ability,
part
and it's
pissed me off.
ridiculous. And I'm like, if that's the explanation you're giving me,
That pissed
it's
me
not
off.
good enough. I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna go into detail more when we like properly learn more about Devil Fruits and Awakenings, but like, that's not moving me. I need more.
That pissed me off so much because this is Oda doing his usual blue balling effect. Bro, you did not tell me anything that we already didn't have a decent understanding of. You telling me Awakening is like this peak power of mind and body is obvious, nigga. Don't give Kaido this entire panel with the serious face as if he's dropping like void sensory knowledge. Don't do that. Don't do that to me, bro. Like, I was just like, just don't have it. I don't know, like when he does shit like that, that just pisses me off. Like, I
I
feel like
honestly hate when
Oda's truly trolling.
I hate when any author does it, but Oda does that shit a lot. It's like he didn't say anything.
He didn't.
The only part about it that I guess is cool is that everyone's reinforcing that this power is ridiculous, and that's the exact like adjective they're using. Not powerful, not unbeatable, ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, that's the most I got out of that. So
Yeah, I was just like, I will say this. Do you think Luffy seems a little bit more like himself now?
yes, actually, I'd argue that de-transforming and going back into it probably helped in some aspect, because even his facial expressions seem a little less like, I guess, I don't know, I want to say nigga Nika or Joy Boy esque. Like, he's still like having fun, he's bouncing around, he's doing his thing. But Luffy's still like, is a free spirited guy, so that's fine. But I definitely think it's reined into like hee hee ha ha hoo hoo yeah, like it's a little more Luffy now, because when he asked him like, "Who are you?" Like, "I'm gonna manage to surpass you. I'm a king." That was a very Luffy line, and it looked like Luffy.
Yes.
His eyes and facial expressions have kind of gone back a bit to like more traditional Luffy. I think him
100%.
first unlocking the power just made him a little wacky. I don't know. That's my best way I can say it.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish
Yeah,
I could
I don't
articulate
know.
myself like you guys. You can. It's not, I believe in you. Oda's biggest fumble was forgetting Caesar. No, I'm just kidding. Only do. Maybe because I don't really. Maybe because I don't see Buggy really as a villain, but as a parallel anti-hero. That's interesting. Pika Pika. Oh no, sorry, never mind. After that scene, Kaido should have been "Let me join you in my awakening" or something. I would have been wrong. I really still. I hope to God Kaido's still hiding something. So I don't know. I need one more thing from Kaido. One more gear he can kick it into, so to speak.
This is such a weird fight in general, just because like Luffy has competed with uh hybrid Kaido on every single form he has. It's just weird. He fought him in base, he fought him in Gear 4, Batman, Gear 4, Snake Man, and Gear
I
10.
will always give Kaido the caveat that he's not dodging a lot of shit. He's in full.
true.
He's in a full brawl meathead mode. Because I remember that bothered a lot of people. But I'm like, this man takes hits. He's like, oh, you can hurt me, not bad. Like, this is how he is. It's like a weird thing. So, what would an awakened Chop Chop Fruit look like? Would Buggy chop away his own emotions or memories? Is he playing the long undercover game similar to Blackbeard? I actually don't think Buggy is like OD. Like, could Buggy be stronger than he gives himself credit for, because he obviously has a general lack of confidence? Sure, I don't think he's OD strong, but I do think I look at Buggy as this important figure solely because of the life he's lived. Because he was on Roger's ship, he's got a rivalry with Shanks.
I mean, swordsman can't beat him.
and there's that. That's interesting. Like, and when I think about like certain things that he could like know and whatnot, and just kind of people he's like, interacted with, I just think Buggy is generally pretty interesting. I don't I don't think he's actually low key strong, but I do think that he has a very important role. And like you said, like even I think some, I don't know. I never personally confirmed this myself with every one of Usopp's lies to Kaya, but even those all came true in some roundabout way, in some shape or form, if I can remember correctly. Like I know him talking about like an island eating monster, and that was when they were on Green Bay. No, Little Garden. Sorry.
Mhm.
after Dory and Bragi have their fight and their weapons break. The weapons break after they clash against it. So I still hope Buggy's fruit, other ability is luck. But if he can chop memories and stuff, that would be really cool. But like that's something that I could see the Nikyo Nikonomi be able to do, like expel and
Yeah,
repel emotions and memories and things of that nature. I think that ability can do something like that. Because if you can repel things like exhaustion and pain, I can't see why you couldn't do other ethereal, more like, you know, not intangible concepts. So yeah. I love Buggy for the humor. He brings all his dynamic with every character encounter.
yeah, that
Usually great. I like Buggy. Like one of my favorite jokes with Buggy is like, remember like how great my cannonball was, and then like they show the whole town. And Luffy's like, no. The look of defeat that he had, like my cannonballs are raw. Like how you not remember? You got the muggy. I got the muggy ball in my shoe now. That shit was funny. Go ahead.
no, yeah, no. I can't. I just can't wait to see a lot of these guys. That's why even now I'm like, what the fuck is happening to the warlords right now? Like, are we gonna get anything? Is it just always gonna just be like the complete after like math?
Mm.
What do you think?
I think for the sake of shocking the world or shocking the reader, he'll kind of reveal one major conclusion that okay, I know this, just bear with me for a second. I'm not saying this would happen, but I could see him doing something like having Mihawk quote unquote defeated to just
Okay.
put a general like what the f like shock into the readers and people around the world and whatnot. And then when we kind of dive into what really happened, because it's like the similar thing with Sabo being dead. Sabo's not dead. He's on the run. I think he's on the run with like Vivi or something. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I could see something like that happening. In terms of us actually just knowing the conclusion to each and all fights, I think we'll just get it in the newspaper in a very, very uninspired way. The only one I could see us, other than the Mihawk one, getting something more insight to would be Boa Hancock, because Kobe went there. But then again, like I guess I can't knock Weevil because Weevil's supposed to be Whitebeard's kid. So I don't know. That's now. And the Buggy. Okay, never mind. Not now.
Especially because it
Now hold
depends
on.
on
I'm
which
walking back what I'm
admirals
saying a
were
little bit
where.
now. I guess they are all important in their own right because Buggy, Weevil to me is the least important, but still important because like again, what's her name again? Bakken? Is that what her name was? Said like like you
So,
didn't.
yeah, Baba Yaga type bitch, yeah.
Mihawk was captured by Perona. That's insanity to me.
But that's the thing is, we don't know which admirals went to which warlords either, which could change a lot.
I think you have to send Kizaru for Mihawk probably.
That's I would agree. I gotta assume Kobe was probably with an admiral for Boa.
Mm.
Honestly, that was my initial. Now I don't
Fuji.
know because Kobe's kind of propped. I think Fuji would make sense.
Mm.
And then I'm trying to think Greenville for Weevil.
Mm.
'Cause, I mean, you're not gonna send Greenville to fucking. You're not sending him to Buggy.
Well, Kizaru did say he's strong, and his word. I think
Yeah.
I think his words hold some weight. I wouldn't dismiss them, So a Green Bull is on Wano. That's interesting to me. Do you think Mihawk will lean into advanced conquerors or top shelf? I think I would.
Yes.
I think it makes sense for his best thing to be observation hockey, because he was supposed to initially be called, I think, Dracule the Clairvoyant,
Yeah.
and they called him
Something like that.
Hawk Eyes. And I remember when he was trying to track Luffy during Gear Second during the crowd, he was. It was like. It was, I don't know if I attribute that to his eyesight being powerful, but that's why he has hawk eyes and he can just see like is it dynamic motion when something's moving? Is that what it is?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
like dynamic motion very well. So even though Luffy's like blitzing through like the war people, he's like I can see you clearly, like frame by frame. Take the slash.
You
You're
would even
still within
argue
range. So go ahead.
this is gonna be a reach, but bear with me. Even like potential future sight with like Luffy kind of seeing his hands cut,
No,
and then Dracula
that
like
was the first.
noticing.
Yeah, he's like you're thinking clearly. No, I think he has future sight. That's not
Yeah,
crazy to me.
yeah, because he was like, yeah, you would have lost your hand. So it's kind of like he's aware that Luffy kind of saw what happened. So like, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Draco's gonna be like
Mm-hmm.
top into all three. Like with his black blade, I gotta give him the high tier ornament. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta give him because of his title, the observation. and I think he has to have conquerors now that Zoro has it.
Mm,
So he's just gonna be all around powerful as fuck.
mm. My bad, Alan. You good now? Hold on, let me just get him in here. Just tell him we're here. Oh,
So he said, "Would you say post is a fumble? Post time skip is no. I don't think post time skip is a fumble.
who said that?
Uh,
Oh,
626.
would you say that? I think there's a lot. There's a lot to like desire. I think there's a lot of like. It's so like. I don't know if I've ever explained this. I think I explained this for Tower. I don't know if I ever explained this to One Piece for One Piece people. So let me try to wrap my head around like explaining this because this is one of the few things that are actually hard for me to put into words. With a story like this that's running for so long, right? I think a lot of times at the beginning of a story when you're getting into certain things, because there's so much high level of I don't know nothing, there's so much intrigue. This world and these characters and powers are so novel and new to you. Just a higher level of base enjoyment because it's like, what's the voice entry? What are devil fruits? Yada yada blah blah blah. And then there comes a point where you see the characters progress, you see some things be fleshed out, you get a couple more answers, and then like the way you think the series shifts. There's a paradigm shift there. It shifts. Now you want answers.
Yes.
You being confused is not kind of moving you the same way back in chapter 500 in chapter 1032 give or take. And I think that we don't acknowledge that often. I just think the way we think about One Piece now and the kind of point that we're in is different. And as a result, the post time skip gets looked at through a different lens. Whether you believe it's better or
100%.
worse is a decision you make for yourself. I'm not telling you post time skip is better. I'm not telling you it's worse. Decide that for yourself. I would
That's what
argue I had just a general level of more enjoyment. I like pre time skip a bit more. I'll say that.
I think pre-time skips for sure
I
better.
don't
But like,
I don't dislike post time skip, but it's just like the way that I think about One Piece again in endless lobbies is not the same way I think about One Piece in Wano. I hope that made sense.
yes. To me, I agree with like the how we like the need of answer because that's the thing that pisses me off the most about Oda is like I am 1,000 chapters into this series. You don't have to give me everything, but when certain topics are brought up by people, do not skirt by them. There's no reason to hold off at this point,
Yes, I got you.
in my opinion. And that's the same thing. I'll say this as many times as it takes. You not showing Green Bull at the Reverie
That
and
was
you
that
he's
was that.
there is the dumbest thing I've ever
Did
seen.
you not design him yet? Like I could not think of a good reason for that to be like why.
Bro, you like we've seen admirals. We've seen every single other admiral. We've seen Yonkos. We've seen every single important powerful figure that's possible.
Yeah,
He's physically in front of us talking
yeah,
and you
just
don't show him?
yeah.
Bro, what?
So no, I got
Like,
you in that. It's just
oh my gosh! Like you don't have to reveal his powers, but you can show a face.
yeah. It just that was one of those. I'm like, bro, why are we doing this? We're still doing this. Like, come on, dog. Are you there, Alan? I know you're on mute. I don't know if he's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How about y'all?
I'm all right.
Good, good.
That
Yes,
Luffy
sir.
that Luffy picture is clean, G. I like that picture a lot that you drew. The Joy Boy thing.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, thank you, man. I worked hard on that.
And I like the kind of like no background the most, but it was clean. But what do you think of the chapter? What are your general thoughts on this chapter?
I liked it, man. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that chapter title, that shit
That's
kind of killed
so
me.
crazy. I saw Rizzo and said that's not moving me, but we'll see what happens.
Bro, straight
Rizzo.
up. I was like, what is Oda? What is this? But he had Luffy, declare he was gonna be Pirate King, and right just like that, I was right on board.
Okay,
But yeah,
I
but
feel
yeah
it.
I liked Rizo's little moment. Him doing the little ninjutsu, bringing the water out. Jinbei using it again to stop the fire from spreading. I liked all of that, but I think my favorite part was just Luffy declaring he was gonna be Pirate King, and then that final panel.
Ah, okay.
No, that final panel was actually clean.
Yeah, like he's holding the lightning. I loved it. It was really good. It was clean. I'm trying to think of some of the things that we spoke about. Were you moved by the other moving parts? Did you kind of get a little disinterested the moment we moved from the rooftop to everyone else, or were you cool? You were fine.
No, I got a little disinterested until they got to the Rizo, like the actual Rizo moment. That's when I kind of perked back up a little.
You did
But
that?
yeah, once they left the roof, that's when I kind of started falling off.
Okay. Um, Another thing we spoke about that I want your opinion on is when Kaido asked Luffy, "Who are you?" How did you kind of interpret that? Did you interpret that as him thinking like, could this be someone else? Is this Joy Boy? Like, what were you thinking when he first read that?
Yeah, I was thinking he was just wondering if somebody else had taken over, and also with Zunisha, she's saying Joy Boy in the same panel,
Mm-hmm.
so it kind of alludes to that idea. But so yeah, I do think he was trying to see if Luffy was somebody else in that moment. So, but I like Luffy declaring that he's still himself though.
Okay. Cause first of all, what's up, Dream? What's up, Lost Child? Y'all doing? Welcome. I think he's wanting to wait to have some random detail to add Greenbow that most people are not gonna care about. Probably, I don't know, possibly. You need to reread pre-time skip. Yeah, definitely need to reread. I'm an advocate for rereading stuff. Oda really brought down the hype, even though he gave us 4 pages of Luffy. It just wasn't as generally just pure adrenaline excited. What I was gonna ask you, like for me, I interpret that as like for whatever reason, the kind of voice or like aura, personal ambience, I don't know what to call it, that Luffy's given out in Gear 5th is different from what he is usually. Because even though Momo and Yamato, I think, could see him, they weren't sure if it was him because his voice was weird or different. And I think when he de-transformed and went back into it, they had like, okay, no, that is Luffy. And I think Kyle just had the weird same sentiment because he's probably sensing the hockey is not the same as it was before. It's different. So I didn't take it as he actually like, oh, this could be Joy Boy or someone else. I think you're just confused. Like why does his voice, quote unquote, why do I feel it sounding like this? And then
Mm-hmm.
Miles asked an important question that I thought was interesting. Do you think Luffy is acting more like himself in this chapter prior to the last two?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd argue
Uh,
yes.
yeah, I was about to say yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
Seems like he's coming more to terms with the ability.
like when he was like laughing a lot and yada yada, it's not that it wasn't Luffy, but you could tell like the awakening was kind of affecting him, and maybe de-transforming going back into because like I even thought his general facial expressions were more Luffy-esque, and like his
Mm-hmm.
responses and stuff were more Luffy-esque. Like I'm gonna manage to surpass you, become king of the pirates, nigga. I'm like, all right, that's Luffy. There he
Yeah,
is. I'm
yeah, and
Monkey
that
D.
that would
Luffy.
also
Yeah.
yeah that would make more sense, especially because the first time he awakened, it wasn't in his control, and this time, like now that he's in it, he forced it on himself. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so it would make a lot more sense.
I feel it. Like how the chapter wasn't as crazy as the last chapter with Gear 5. Okay. I really enjoyed it. Gear 5 force, his heartbeat to the max, and his voice. You think his voice literally sounds different? That wouldn't be that crazy, I guess. That wouldn't be that crazy, but his heart is like I actually wonder, generally speaking, how loud his heartbeat actually is. Can people hear that? Like I'm
Yeah,
actually
I'm
interested.
wondering too.
Yes. Yes.
Doom da da doom
Yeah.
da da. I don't know if we could hear it because I wonder if
I was gonna say
Yushina could
Zunisha heard it,
sense
but
it more so
yeah,
than
voice of all
hear
things.
it. You
Okay.
know, like that's how I'm thinking. Because no, I don't recall anyone else except literally the person who can feel it and someone else who has heard the drums of liberation before comment on it on his heartbeat. If that makes sense. So, all right.
Yeah, you might be right.
When Kaido said we call this an awakening, do you think like was he just talking about Luffy's transformation? Do you think that he could also be referring to himself in his higher form?
He's I. It's actually like the piece of dialogue that kind of frustrated me the most. I'll say this: like I took it as him. I will lie. I took it as Oda's explanation for how Luffy like is the way he is now, and that's not enough for me. I need to know more, which I think we'll get with the Vegapunk Devil Fruit, whatever info lore dump, if you will, like, on some like Garam giving us the Arlene stuff type beat, the floor of death. I think we'll get that with like Vegapunk.
Mm-hmm.
And Devil Fruit. I think we'll get more visuals though. I took it as like him like just explaining like I guess awakening in a way that we already fucking understand. I guess it's nice to have him explicitly say it, like your mind and body can now handle the full potential of the fruit, and it's just kind of like, isn't that obvious? Like you didn't. I don't think you said anything particularly profound, but I guess it's
Hmm.
cool to be for confirmation. But I still think his comment on his awakening being more akin to a Zoans and a Paramecia should be more profound than what he said in this chapter.
Yeah, like,
Because he knows what
oh
awakenings for each
god.
class is supposed to look like.
Hmm.
So that's
Because
kind of how I think.
yeah, because I just want to know if his is like he has it and it's just a passive overall boost, or if he has another transformation. 'Cause at this point, bro, just pull it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
Like if you have it, pull it out. If you don't, just shut up. Shut up and fight.
Yeah. Like, would be kind of sus if Joy Boy was black. Hold on. Catch a Freeman? Hold on. Is Yushina a human? Is Yushina a human with the mythical? I guess. Is Yushina a mammoth?
I would assume no because I don't think your a fruit would extend your lifespan just
No.
by nature of having said fruit.
What if you got like a turtle or something? Because turtles and Tauruses live. I don't. I mean, I don't know. That's interesting to think about. I'm not saying it's literally an animal, but I'm saying Zushina would be a mammoth though, right? Oh, I was a woolly. I don't know if it's a woolly mammoth or whatever, but like I don't know. Okay, anyways, elephant.
Well, that's we got Jack already.
Did Zushina confirm that Luffy isn't Joy Boy's reincarnation? That's how I took it.
No,
In the sense that like well, I guess if you use, sorry, you said reincarnation. I kind of took that as the second coming of Joy Boy, kind of in quite literal sense. I truly believe with this, it kind of makes it seem like Joy Boy was legitimately a person that existed in the
Hmm.
path that had this ability that awakened this devil fruit and liberated a lot of people. Because Zushina says that we can put our faith in this man.
Yeah, and it also it's like it's as if you're right here with me,
Yeah.
or it's as if you're right here. So yeah, I'd agree with that.
So I guess your perspective kind of matters, because I guess to me it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe it is better to say he's not a reincarnation and more of a second coming. Actually, that probably does make more sense now that I'm thinking about it. I should probably flip that. But I do still think we need a bit more information. But yeah, that's kind of like my general train of thought there.
because it's like could technically anybody that just has the fruit just be him incarnated. You know what I mean? Like rather than
I
like
think
a
you have to awaken it. That's like the key. The key.
yeah.
And Luffy is probably the second person to ever do it. So, yeah, because it hasn't. I don't like obviously the Gomu Gomu no Mi has been well documented, because I think it's in the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia. So it's been around. It's been eaten. But Luffy would be. I think they said it hasn't been awakened in 800 years. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's kind of. I think that your interpretation of that will just kind of depend a little bit on your perspective. Because for me, it's like, I honestly think that it's still very much like, this is Luffy. Him having Joy Boy's like ability right now, to me, like, I think because Yushina knows Joy Boy, his perspective is just so much more different than ours and other people's, because he's been alive
Yes.
since there. So he's just gonna look at it in a different way. I still think this is very much Luffy who inherited and awakened the ability that Joy Boy had in the past. I could be
Yeah, he's kind
wrong.
of like looking at Luffy as like this is now the role you have to pay. Have
Yes,
to play.
because that's how Joy Boy did it or would have done it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Luffy's a Jesus figure? No, I don't think he's a Jesus figure. I think that's not right. If you want to call him like a child of destiny or something, of sure, Jesus figure is very wrong, because
Luffy is still
he's a
100%
criminal.
selfish.
Like, we're not doing that.
I honestly don't even know if I would call Luffy a child of destiny.
No, but like, that's one of those things where, like, I think you could make the case for that or argue that better than you saying he's like a Messiah figure. That doesn't make sense to me. Or Jesus,
Yeah.
like Jesus doesn't work for me.
Because my thing is when we have these characters with like Toki and shit where they can like go to the future and see shit, it's kind of like, is this destined or is it just they are just seeing what was going to happen, which is the future, which is just a natural occurring thing, rather than something that's pre-ordered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it's like this is just a time period because this is just a natural time in which things that are going to just be more available, such as we luckily got Shirahoshi being born, which is Poseidon. Uh, Probably all the other H weapons are probably going to whatever the formation of them, and someone that has the fruit. You know what I mean? I think it's just more of like it's just a luckiness of like the draw of like so many new pieces on this chessboard are now available to play.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear what you're saying. I still think that like I understand like there's enough things where people I get why people are getting that sense, that feeling, that sense. I just think that Oda could actually explore this theme, like fate versus
Yes.
free will. That's what I'm saying. Like I actually think there's an opportunity for him to make a decision. Is it fate / destiny, or is it free will? Which one is it? And I think he has the
And see,
opportunity to go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna add on because I think like just following that same train of thought, the seeds are already planted there. Because like we just said, Luffy's a criminal, and he only saves half of these islands because he meets a specific person there, and then he's like, well, okay, like specifically like Dressrosa, he's wanted to defeat Dofi because Rebecca fed him, and then so it's like he does a lot of these things because of or for his own selfish reasons. So even though it could be fate or whatever, a lot of the times you could argue that it still is free will because of Luffy doing these things just for his own reason and not because, oh, this is the right thing to do.
I hear
Yeah.
you because like an interesting way of putting that too was just like with Luffy will do something and it's like he did the quote unquote right thing by quote unquote taking out maybe like the main antagonist or bad guy, but why did he do it? He took my hat. Fuck
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah, like
Oh no, but
his
like the
intentions
island,
are
we're
never.
like subjugated, like we're slaves. He took my hat. Fuck that guy. like Luffy, Luffy's different. So
That's why, to me, I think the weirdest thing to me in this all is the dragon piece,
okay, talk to
which
me.
is I feel like one dragon has to be proud of his son for all the freedom that he's been doing. You know what I mean? Like Luffy inadvertently is like a revolutionary in a sense, right?
Mhm.
Uh, but it's I would assume I think we can all assume Dragon is probably one of the most knowledgeable people within One Piece, right?
Mhm.
He's up there, right? Whether we don't know his past, I'm still the vein he might have been part of the like CP like Aegis group, uh, but I find it weird that Dragon wouldn't have some I like some inclination to avoid history and Joy Boy and all this shit, and like the concept of Sun God Nika.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's weird that his son has the Gumma Gumma no fruit, but there's there's nothing been on his part to like do anything to aid or benefit or do anything or even talk or I don't know. Maybe he has because as Garp said, him and Garp are still actually in contact and they do talk. So maybe they are cooking something in the works that we just yet to see.
Mhm.
But I'm genuinely curious about this dragon piece because I feel like he would have a very strong opinion of what is happening.
I agree, and I
Yeah, I
think
agree.
he's one of those figures who knows a lot. Maybe not everything,
Yeah,
but he would be one of the most knowledgeable One Piece characters you've ever seen. Like I would argue any detail that's already been available, that's already available to us, he probably knows.
And he
I
probably knows
agree.
a lot more now that he had Robin there for those 2 years, and since they were probably she was I don't know I wouldn't say she probably went so far as to teach him how to read poneglyphs, but she probably at least explained certain messages that she's previously seen
Mm.
in her travels.
I
That's
still
actually a good point.
I actually like that's the thing that I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about the Robin and the
I wouldn't be
revolutionary thing. I'm
surprised if
getting
Dragon
mad.
has the voice of all things, though. Like,
Neither would I. What's up,
you know what I
Golden
mean?
Ace?
Like, I can generally see it as anything that Luffy has, Dragon has as well for the most part.
Can't wait until we find out Lost Fruit is also a zone based on the healing goddess who healed after inventing the cure for death. If this ain't and this ain't cat Greek mythology while your law has a zone model, Dr. Dre. Don't lose again. It's like you guys are talking about some mythical Zoan. Ethan of me.
Okay,
Model
I have a
Liesel
question.
Ann. I can't stand you niggas. Stop.
How would you feel? How would you feel if Dragon had the God Rain fruit?
the God Rain? Sorry, said it. Oh,
Rain God fruit.
Raiden, or like someone, or from a
Rain God.
or
Rain
from
God.
like,
Because like
I don't know why I said like, I'm sorry. I thought I went straight to Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry, but I don't know why did I still got a Thunder. But anyways, still not right. Still not the right element. I don't. I don't. I'm actually now kind of interested in the idea that there's like these mythical god fruits just rocking
a little
around now.
bit.
Like I won't lie to
A
you,
little
I,
bit.
it opened the door for that. I don't know if I like it though. I have to see how it's executed. If that makes sense.
Because we have Sun, Rain, Forest, and Earth. So if
Mhm.
Luffy's Sun, Dragon could be Rain. It would kind of make sense,
Mhm.
right?
I,
Then
I
we have
still I
Forest
think that
and
Buddha
Earth.
would be Earth.
I
Like
feel like
I'm not
I
sure
feel
though.
like I feel like Rainbow could have one of them.
Because I remember like y'all were saying, you and Pat were saying the last stream about him not really being a god and just a human who reached enlightenment.
Yes.
Yes.
But I still feel like since it's a mythical fruit that it
The
could
King no
still
me.
pass for pass as the god fruit, I guess,
Mhm.
until we
I
at least see another fruit that could fit that mold.
Mhm.
damn that is like I feel like the next two though would have to I like it's possible. I definitely think they would have to be if they're taken within the world government, right? Like if Dragon and Luffy has one, then I think if Dragon has like a god fruit, and let's say it's the rain, and the Skypiea thing is true, then the world government and Marines have to have the other two. I think.
Do
I
you
think there
think?
has to be an even field, and I think
Actually,
Greenbow would. I think Greenbow would have one then.
I actually have a bit of an interesting question. I'm gonna ask it after though. Miles, you're in charge. I gotta tinkle.
Okay.
Take over.
Let me read these comments then. Dragon has a Zoan human model absent. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Jing no me. You guys are fucking crazy. Kaido's a fish, but he's a dragon. No. Okay. So
He's a
six two
Gyarados.
six. Yeah. It's a little bit different. I don't think you need to take the story of the carp to the dragon quite literal, because the actual model within of itself is Azure Dragon. So we could probably assume that Dragon was always a Kaido was always a dragon off rip. And Oda just used the story of the carp going up the waterfall to become a dragon as uh, a to create said fruit.
I think I don't know if this necessarily counts, but I guess you can look at Momo as a as an example because when he first ate his fruit, he turned into a dragon immediately. He
Yes,
didn't turn into like a fish or
his is
anything.
based off Kaido. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Young, if you had to choose other people, who would they be?
What was the question? Sorry.
No, we were talking about Kaido's fruit because 626 said he's a fish, but he's a dragon. He's confused, and I said he was always a dragon.
Yeah. I guess for whatever reason he's the dragon is under the fish fruit I guess classification or phylum, but I wonder if that has to do more with the literal mythology of the carp turning into
I
the
think so.
dragon and something like that,
I
and
think
it's
that.
the
Yeah, I think
mythical.
so.
So, like, there's a part of me wants to say there's another dragon fruit in the world, but it's like much more straightforward, and you're probably a Western dragon instead of a Azure. I think this is a Azure dragon. I always forget the name. I think it's
Yeah,
Azure.
Azure Dragon.
So, or
I
Azure,
could see that.
but I do think if
I
anyone else has a god fruit, there's a part of me thinks it could be Emu. I don't know though. But then
think Emu's just a straight god. Like, I don't think she's a fruit. I think she
you
just
think
might
Emu
be
is
a
one of the
god.
gods that got turned up for the last one, the Emu, the
Yeah.
last one last god, Emu, yo, Emu,
Because
Kumarate.
there's either two things with Emu. Either one, she's straight up god. She is a god, and maybe Nika and her were god. This is getting into Naruto type shit. Let me chill out. Or the second one is, she had the Opie no Mi surgery on her. 'Cause there has to be an explanation as to why she survived for so long.
The age of surgery.
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely think she's immortal.
So it has to be one of those two. I think.
I feel that.
I kind of also want to say I don't. I kind of want to say I do think Luffy is going to be the only special one with the God fruit. Though. Like I have a hard time seeing Oda giving the spotlight to anybody else. However, I do think it's an interesting thought process to think if others could be one.
And you know what I was thinking about? I didn't forget my question, by the way. I was thinking about authors sometimes make certain decisions and transformations, stuff like that, for like practical reasons or reasons that have nothing to do with the story itself.
I
And
think
now
you're
what?
about to say the same thing I'm thinking.
Huh?
I think you're about to say the same thing I'm thinking, but
Oh, I don't know.
keep going.
We'll see. Because I was thinking of why Toriyama actually like when he explained to me why. Explained to me. I interviewed him. Explained that one of the major reasons he made Super Saiyan form because he was tired of fucking inking in Goku's hair all that goddamn time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder if Oda was starting to feel limited by Luffy's stretching ability, and he wanted to take it to another level, and that's why he did this. It's a random thought I just had. I don't know. I don't know if that's what you were thinking, Alan, though, or whoever said that. I don't know what you were thinking.
Actually, not in the same way. I was thinking if Oda halfway did this just because he wanted to give Luffy a transformation for his final form, like for his awakening.
Okay.
Because with a regular Paramecia, he wouldn't be able to actually transform for an awakening. So he would look the exact same.
Like the environment would turn rubber around him, but he like Dofi or Katakuri. There's no physical. Okay, I got you. Which I would have actually been okay with, but I hear what you're saying. That strikes me as a possible reason why as well.
I think your reason is probably a more plausible though. Because it makes more sense because he Gear 5, Gear 5 makes him a lot more free flowing and gives him a lot more creativity
ridiculous.
What he can do.
So I want someone to have mystical zone, missing a god, come through. That can be part of the reason why Dragon has the highest bounty ever because the world government has a god fruit. Fair enough. It'd be wild to kind of turn to a fish as an awakening. I kind of want it. I want Gyarados. I think you. I want the blue Gyarados. Well, Gyarados is blue, sorry. But Emo has a model human too. Whatever, you just add the actual human fruit, just enlighten. I'll laugh. Actually, that would make sense because Chopper. Emo got the Steve Harvey. I'm so tired. I can't think Dragon because he has 9 diamonds on his face. That's interesting. Wait. What does 9 diamonds have to do with him being a dragon? Wait a minute. I think it's dragon.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, wait. I act like I didn't understand that. Why did I act like I did? Explain that to me, please. Dragons may have a dragon fruit that turns into a fish.
I want to know if his tattoos even mean anything.
I don't know. Explain to me. Now you got Toriyama on speed dial. That's crazy. 9 foot tall privilege. Wow, 9 feet. I'm a One Piece character.
That's a little bit of a low ball, but yeah.
Would you say Blackbeard is more special than Luffy with his body and his 2 fruits? You brought up something. I'm so happy you said this because I probably would never. My mind would have gone there naturally. The 9 of diamonds is said to be a symbol of the English rulers that have been oppressing the Scottish people since the Dark Ages. Oh shit, I did not know that. I'm ignorant.
But does he have 9 diamonds on his face? He's like 3.
I don't know. I don't remember how his tattoo looks like on his face. I remember it being like swirly. I don't know why. I feel like he always wanted Luffy to be cartoony, but he's probably told that in it. But now you think now maybe young he has enough cachet to be able to be like I can go full Looney Tunes. Blackbeard being more special than Luffy is probably not what I would say. I'd say he's as special. I think this brings up an interesting foil between them two, because I think like Blackbeard and Luffy have the most interesting differences and overlaps in terms of 2 up and coming pirates I can think of in the series. Maybe you could think of someone with someone else. And in a lot of ways, I'm not gonna go into great detail about this because maybe I'll talk about this one day in a video. But it's kind of how I see Suna and Zanzis for Reborn. Story for another day. Blackbeard's body is atypical, as Marco said. For some reason, he's able to have multiple death fruits in his body. Interesting. I think you got more. I think you have 3 personally. If he doesn't get a third one, I'm not mad at it. I just still like the idea that he has one from each class for some reason. It just moves me. I like the idea of that.
Should be raw.
Luffy is special because he has the only kind of deity fruit that we've seen, and he's in this very special class, mystical Zoan. So if you're asking me based off those two things, does it make any one more special than the other? I'd probably argue they're equally special in that sense. But I'd actually give the edge to, I suppose, Blackbeard, because his body is naturally atypical and gifted, where Luffy got that through an external eating something that made him kind of zany. Whereas Blackbeard's body was naturally more different than other people. So if you want to go based off of that factor, you could say Blackbeard is more special. We don't know his lineage yet. I've know some people have speculated Zebek is related to him, his father or something. But Luffy's lineage is very special, from Dragon, from Garp to Dragon to himself. I don't know about his mom. I know his mom was raw, but so he's special in that way. So I think you ultimately your decision. I'm like pretty even on them. Your decision comes across what are those outlier things that they have, in, so to speak, you see as more like not egregious but more special. So more unique. That's kind of how I answer the question. But like I do think that they're like really great foils to one another. So like that's why I'm happy you asked that question.
I have a question to that question then.
Go ahead.
Do you think there's anybody in the current generation of One Piece that if they had Luffy's fruit,
Could awaken it?
Awaken it?
Zoro, he has joy boy like traits. He's also a worthy vessel. No. No, I don't.
Really? Okay.
I don't think so. Did you have somebody in mind?
I don't know. I feel like
If Roger was born in this era, I think Roger would have been able to do it.
I feel like I could see. I don't know. I guess it really does depend on the nature of why it was awakened.
Yeah.
I feel like I could potentially. I think you can make the argument for Dragon.
I'm not mad at that. But
and I would maybe argue even Garp, but Garp is willing to be part of the Marines, so like that kind of freedom aspect is weird. But he is like the freest man of the Marines while being in such a tight knit. So like Luffy's entire line is like pretty unique. So I think you can make the argument for any of them. Anybody else? I don't know.
I think my best candidate is this if Roger was born at the right time, I guess.
Can we keep starting?
I'm not mad at Garp just because I think Garp's a little more happy-go-lucky. I think Dragon's personality doesn't suit it. Dragon's I mean, ultimately I haven't seen Dragon enough. For all I know, he's still kind of a goofball in his own way. But like, could you see Dragon going bouncing like a trap? Like, I don't see it. I could actually see Garp doing that though. So I don't know. I think maybe it's a personality
Dragon
thing.
is like, Dragon. I'm really curious if Dragon is such a hard ass. Like, you know what I mean? Because he does seem such an oddball compared to his father and son. I could see that, like, he puts on the hard front, but deep down he is just as weird as these two.
Okay, I could see that. Blackbeard built like a stepfather. I don't know what that means. He's because he's fat. My stepfather's fat. I'm God. On is one is a god. Yes, but that's still one devil fruit. Blackbeard literally breaks the known rules of two devil fruits. Emma Kozate was Wildland Chief. The red outline diamond, the inner outline diamond, and the inner red diamond. He has 3 of that, so you add on, it's 9. Okay, so he's talking about the tattoo on Dragon's face. You think Blackbeard's hunting for fruit users just for his crew? I think he on some all for one shit. You think he's like trying to have like a bunch of crazy abilities for himself? I do think he wants to give his crew members like good devil fruits and then keep the strongest of each category that he believes for himself, because he ate the strongest Logia that he believes with the Yami Yami no Mi, took the strongest Paramecia. I think now he's the strongest Zoan. Zoro the Minority Hunter has Joy Boy traits. That's crazy. I thought he was the most anti-Joy Boy character in One Piece. Shake my head. How do you feel about the fruit picking its own? Like Blackbird said, he was chosen by the fruit. This is what, like, I have like.
Blackbeard's a liar.
Hold on. Luffy's mind is just weird as hell. I don't really feasibly see anyone else awakening in this era. Also, Zoro called Luffy number 9, who arrived at Sabaody, and 9 was related to gods. I thought 7 was. No, it was related to God. I'm a heathen. I don't know these things. I'm sorry. Dragon hardly receives this much attention around these parts. I like the idea of Roger not being the candidate to be the chosen one, but he's such a great pirate. He almost made it with pure grind. I totally love like Roger's story. Is like I'm with you on that. Wife was a celestial dragon hoe. That's crazy.
Why do people keep bringing up the celestial dragon like shit with dragon? Like they have, I don't know, whatever.
Was I gonna say? There's something you asked me. I wanted to say. How do you feel about a fruit picking its own like? Like are there fruits? Like, do you believe that fruits are alive? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if
At
devil fruits
this point, yeah.
pick people like that. I don't. It's hard. It's hard to explain because like I think if I have Vegapunk's information, I could make a better assessment. Though I like the idea that the Gomu Gomu no Mi, or sorry, Nigga no Mi, Sun God, Mythical Zoan was running from the world government for 800 years. I find that interesting, and we know Zoans are special in their own right. So maybe those ones especially could kind of choose a person. Like, I don't know, what if I'm like a very meek, shy, soft, like ass nigga, and I run into like a super carnivorous devil fruit that like, you need to be like a demon to use this. It's like, nigga, you can't eat this, and it just like falls off the tree into the water, so I can't eat it. Like, I don't know. It's interesting to think about. I never thought about that. Yeah. Oh, that left it wide open. Unfortunately, the nigga. I gotta say, I at first it was a joke, but I keep saying nigga accidentally. The Nika apparently ran away, so I would be surprised. Maybe specifically the human fruits could choose their owners since they all have the will of a human. Is very interesting, Omar. Nika fruit running from slavery. I see Oda. I wonder if that's what it is too. You think like the human fruits actually have kind of the spirit and will of an actual person or human? More so like the animal ones are more like, like Lucci's supposed to be more bloodthirsty because he's a carnivore. He's a leopard. I want a cheetah, by the way. I want a cheetah fruit. I want them to be fast as fuck too.
Ew. You ain't taking no hits.
I thought Lucci was a cheetah until he told me he was a leopard. I'm like, oh. So I didn't even know. So I don't know. Anything about this chapter you think we forgot to touch on or speak about? I'm not gonna end the discussion this yet. I have a question about the ancient weapons, but just about the chapter itself because we.
I think I saw quite a few people being like kind of shocked that Luffy grabbed a lightning bolt. I don't know. I feel like that's. I don't know. I feel like
that
should
like
just be a normal thing.
It's not shock. It shouldn't be shocking. I guess like shocking is a really.
Yeah, because I don't think that like I don't attribute that to his Gear 5th thing because we just know Luffy could always kind of touch and like do shit with lightning since now.
Yeah.
So like, and we saw like in the movie. I mean, it's movies, but like L4.
You know what though? I agree with you. It wasn't jarring to me because of his like natural like resistance to like to lightning and whatnot. I think you're talking about the L Thor.
Yeah,
he got to axe whatever. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry for cutting you off. I thought that he was able to do it because it was just part of like his the ridiculousness of his power, where he's able to actually grab a lightning bolt.
I think he could do it. I don't know. I think like he could.
I was gonna say, did he grab it because he turned the lightning rubber?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, it's possible.
Like, see, I get what you're saying, Miles, because like, but normally he would be a conduit for the lightning, where he would run it through himself. He would never actually like be able to touch it and manipulate it that way.
I think
I guess he's not manipulating it because I think about Enel, right?
Yeah.
Right. And Enel physically turns into lightning.
Cheetah girls are wrong,
right?
Man.
Cheetah girls are kind of wrong. Enel can turn into lightning. Luffy can just physically outright touch Enel. Enel can't like do anything with that. It doesn't matter. So Luffy is inherently touching lightning by fighting Enel. He's punching through him. He's not hacking. He's not doing anything. He can't disseminate. Luffy still just hits him. It is what it is. So like Luffy already has a thing of lightning's property just never fully functioning the way it should be with Luffy. and I think it's a movie, and we had to be careful with using non-canon shit. But he did use Thor, and he's actively using lightning. So for me to just see him grab it now,
He got.
I don't know. It's like whatever.
Sorry, I did tune out. Do you talk about Don Chin Chow, or were we just talking about the movie? Sorry.
Don Chin Chow.
The only reason I say that is like there's a very weird One Piece scene that I've never been able to properly have my head around, where he uses the elephant Thor gun against John Chin Chow, and it's an electrical discharge. I don't know where that came from.
Is it really?
I know.
Yeah,
I think the anime, if I remember correctly, I think the anime kind of exaggerates it a bit, but like, I remember like thinking to myself, I know I've seen like black lightning stuff. I'm like, is that like, does he somehow just generate lightning? And I thought that maybe hockey had elements to it, and I thought because at one point I thought everyone who used like a fire type ability was they were all conquerors. Sanji aside, I guess. So and
the fire shit's still weird. It's still weird.
Because I'm not convinced it's just friction doing that. I'm not convinced, personally speaking. I wouldn't be if that's the answer. Is the answer. It is. It's fine. But I'm not. I guess I need. I don't know. I need more.
He
did that shit underwater, bro. There has to be more explanation.
But here's my thing, right?
One Piece is wacky though, so like I wouldn't be surprised if you could be on fire underwater.
The thing is, we could potentially make the argument that Luffy had something else special with the fire thing. Because Sanji has the lineage with his fire thing, so you could kind of get rid of like his own friction shit. But Katakuri has burning mochi, so it has to somewhat apply. Because how else would like Katakuri turn his fist on fire?
I don't know. I thought it was a conqueror's thing. I thought all conquerors for some reason could ignite their attacks. Because I think at one point I was thinking of Doflamingo, Katakuri, Luffy.
Oh, yes, heat string, right?
Yes, and I was like, is that a conqueror's thing?
Friction, man, baby.
I don't. Again, I'm not mad at it just being like friction, just speed, fire, whatever. I guess you know what? I'll be honest. I hope there's more to it. That's really what it is. I want it to be more than just fast attack, go on fire. Personally speaking, that's all it is.
I know someone I know said maybe Luffy has Lunarian DNA within him. That's why his hair is white when he turns into this form.
No, I hate that.
I think that I saw something.
Well, sorry, I no, as in like I reject personally. Sorry, go ahead.
I do too.
Yeah, no, I don't. I reject it too. But I was saying, I saw something about rubber being like white in like its purest form, and so I think that's why he's turning white in the awakening.
I do think it's interesting that Oda keeps having people when they have these kind of forms, they seem to become all white. Like with what are these furries called when they go in the moonlight? Sulong. And even with Hody Jones getting the steroid. You know what I mean? It seems as if like the inner awakening of your abilities causes everything to become white in a sense. So I'm curious if Sulong actually kind of harms them. Does it?
That's actually a
wait.
It exhausts them.
They could die though if they don't know how to control it.
Yeah.
They could exhaust all their energy and like die. So
I guess do you think in One Piece when you kind of I guess take out your own strength, like your own like potential to like such a degree, that's what's causing this white effect? Because in 3 different like abilities now, they all become all white.
I don't know. That's actually vulcanized rubber. Yeah, I remember that.
Vulcanization was crazy.
That's an interesting question. I never thought about it that way. I don't think it's related to Sulong. I think it's probably related to his fruit, but it's interesting to think about because it is. I wonder if it's just easy to draw because it's white. That could be a practical decision because I learned to realize a lot of mangaka really do some of these things because it's easy to draw or more practical or less work or something. But hold on. Luffy touching lightning, divine authority, go burr. Maybe because his hand is rubber. I thought about that too. Have you ever rubbed the balloon on your head? No. Just to answer that part, I've never rubbed a balloon on my head. I know there's that game You used to rub it to make static. I never played. It didn't engage.
You didn't do that like in school?
No, leave me alone. Yo, sometimes you know how combative I was. You know what shit? You know what shit? I did
Canada's
not
boring.
participate in. Like no, bro. Like we're playing ping pong. Like I'll go to the office. Nigga. I don't play no fucking ping pong. It shocks someone. The rubber plus friction can cause someone static. Okay, I guess. Nah, yeah, it's friction. I study science. Thank you, man. Thank you for your scientific contribution to One Piece. I think the color version, it was a blue lightning, white lightning when you clasp with Chincha. I gotta look at the color version again. It's been a while. Rubber heats up when you pull it. The stiffer the rubber, the greater the heat. You can do this experiment with a thermal camera. I think I have a thermal camera. I don't got that. Is that something people just have lying around? Just am I asleep? I need a thermal camera, huh? I'm asleep, bro.
I'm not pulling out the scientific method for One Piece, bro. I'm sorry. No.
Thank you for the follow. Change your life force or the what? No, you're not. White is symbol of holiness and divine authority. Remember how vulcanized you should stop trying to be scientist for Oda. That nigga need to start explaining shit on God. Holy aged, right? It's better than yellow. Can we get a little hockey man slander? I almost put hockey man in this little whatever the display for overlay for Twitch. Yeah, listen, man. No one was sure. No, what did we say? Why he glowing? You lava? Like no one was trying to see that edgy ass. First of all, full body hockey garbage. Anyone who's used it got packed in like the next scene.
It is actually the worst technique in the series.
Because I genuinely believe that, like, okay, I obviously can't prove this because, I have my confirmation bias. I think if you concentrate hockey into one area specifically and block it, it's stronger. I think the trade-off for putting it across your entire body is, yes, you have a natural level of initial defense against anything, but it's weaker all over. And I started to think that, especially when I noticed that when Luffy would like hit like Dofi with the Reno Schneider, he immediately hockeys up where like Luffy's kick hits him. And I just visually it looked to me that it mitigated the damage more so than like preemptively doing it and like covering a more of a wide area and then taking the hit, which I kind of see as a middle ground to like the full body hockey. Again, I could just be like, I might want that to make sense, so I'm rationalizing, but that's how I've seen it. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the chapter, how did y'all feel when Luffy was like, "Gomu Gomu no, what should I name this attack?"
I
liked it.
I liked it, but I was also like, damn, you just got the name on deck, bro. Like you got writer's block today, so. But Hockey Man's awful. No one wants that. Keep that over there. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was thinking, was it a callback to when Kaido knocked him off and he was laughing at him? He was like, your technique was nice, but it needed some work. He was like, what did you call it? Gomu Gomu no, and he started laughing at him. And I was like, Luffy had to get that. Luffy had to bring that back on him.
I kind of thought that a little bit, so I feel that. Smasher Pass edition, no, great, cool. Miracle, that's the bunny girl. I'm good. Her final go crazy though. Smasher Pass Mount Lady, absolutely. Midnight, absolutely. We're gonna start pulling out calcs with these pseudo science. I won't lie to you. I did it when I was younger at One Piece. I stopped after one day, but I was like 2010. Did you know that back? I was one of them niggas, bro. I won't lie to you. I'll be honest. Hockey Man is common trust. No, we don't want that, bro. Have you seen the Chad versus the Virgin Style Hockey Man pick? Yeah. Hockey blood? Yeah, that's crazy. We need somebody with the PhD on rubber. I'll find that person and bring him to the community. Smasher Pass Bakugo's mother? Nah, I'm good off her. She not a lady to me. Virgo and Pika, the poster chop for Hockey Man. Yes. Smasher Pass Aizawa? I'm good off Aizawa. That's dry eye. No, I don't like him. I don't know. I don't like him like that. But no, obviously I'm not smashing him. Feel like if you're a hockey master, you can do full body hockey because you would know not to overuse hockey, or you have more hockey where you could just pull it on full. That'd be crazy if you could like. Well, I'd be interested to see someone going full body and then Conqueror's coding. Maybe I don't know.
But the thing is, it's like, what would be the point if you just have observation because you can just guess where they're gonna punch you anyway, and just hockey that up? Isn't what Luffy doing full body hockey? That's what I assumed.
The white?
Yeah, because
I
they
th-
say they say you're using Conqueror as an ornament. I assume it's full body.
Okay, that's that. I don't have a proper visual confirmation for that, so I can't say you're right or wrong. I thought about that though. Like, is he?
Yeah.
But I think I would argue that perhaps maybe in the same way of Gear Fourth, when his arms are covered, he's exerting it to his limit. I think he's doing something similar, but maybe I don't know. That's a quick question. Maybe it's the
'Cause
invisible hockey that Rayleigh showed us
Yeah,
initially
potentially.
for
Yeah,
ornament.
that's what I was about to say.
Because I would at least for sure say he's full body Conqueror, because as what we can tell, Conqueror doesn't have like a
A
specific thing other than the
constant
black light.
electricity thing. It
Yeah,
just usually when it clashes or when you're flexing it. Because when
and
he first went
we've
into
seen it
it,
occasionally.
when he yeah,
Yeah.
when he first went into it both times, we saw the lightning. So I think we have enough for that. Best thing I could say, he's probably using the invisible version, or
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what I'm taking how he's fighting is every time he gets hit, he rubber fights his face, the weapon, and he has both ornaments on that specific body. That's why he's really not taking much damage.
yeah,
And there's like
Yeah.
4 layers in which like you have to get by to hurt him now.
which is crazy. The fan art for that red hair Chainsaw Man carried her in the series. I'm not Chainsaw Man guy. Hot Jake Cell Man. I find Chainsaw Man nasty. I don't like that shit. I wish Keystone Prison was more prevalent in the story rather than hockey. Why? Is my
To
question.
be honest, for an arc where Seastone, to be in an area where Seastone originates, we really didn't see that shit really be used in Lana.
You like the nails used on Law?
If you don't take that nail out your body,
The
Bro,
the
you didn't see them
Seastone
you didn't
Prism
see them building the
handcuff.
ships, bro?
Come on, man.
You didn't see them building the ships, bro?
yeah, like
It's
what happened to Frank? What happened to Frankie's Kaido killing weapon? You know what? I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna.
Hey, man. Hey, some
It's-
people just lied.
you
Bro.
don't-
Like Zoro said he was gonna round up all the samurai.
You don't.
He did not do that.
you don't see Luffy right there. There's a
True.
weapon. I thought Luffy was using Conqueror's clothing and armament in tandem already prior to Gear Fifth. I think there's instances and stuff where there's a lot of overlap, but
I don't think he was using ornament at the same time when he was using his Conqueror shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think so. I
Or
think
no, yeah, he was.
he was.
No, he was actually. He was. He actually was. Yeah, never mind. I'm tripping.
I don't know if he was using
think-
like the Ryoyu version, like the internal destruction. I don't know if he's not bothering because like, oh, Conqueror works. I'll just strengthen it with like Wuso. I don't know.
Yeah, Oda should have just like had a before he did everything. Is like, how am I gonna like show to my readers how each ability is activated,
or
like when it's being
stacking or compounding upon each other. You know?
used. Yeah, because at least with ornament, okay, it's black. Conquerors, black lightning. That's it. We have nothing else. You have no idea when Rio would ever be used, or when observation's being used.
Yeah.
the only time you can really tell is if like he actually shows the hit and then you see Luffy's hand not touching Kaido.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's that like the invisible like hit thingy. Seastone mid, I'd rather willpower magic over Sea Rock any day. Hockey greater than Seastone. That's kind of why I asked the question, like why? Like if you have a good reason why, I'd be interested in knowing. Because it's the weirdest thing that I always say. I really do have faith in hockey as an overall power system. Like I think it'll make sense for the most part. I just hate how it's being introduced and told to us in an Ivy drip rate. That's my biggest problem. It's how it's being presented to me.
good idea, poor execution.
Because I always think of the Dying Will Flames in my head because they're not that complicated. But I always thought the way that they were ever present in the series, even without us particularly knowing and understanding, Basil had the Rain Flame, Mukuro had the Mist Flame, Suna had the Sky Flame, and even hybrids. That's so crazy, bro. We skipping words. Zanjus' hybrid flame is Storm and Sky. Like, I thought that's great work. So it's disappointing. Do you think Luffy will be able to turn Sea Stone to rubber? Oh no, I don't think so because he would. I think the sea and Sea Stone Prison would probably be what's off limits. I could see him.
Yeah.
Look, I even think like the lightning makes sense. I don't know. That's interesting.
My thing is, Well, I don't know why they wouldn't use more sea stone like weapons because you can still just put hockey over it. So wouldn't that just be doubly
I would say
doubly
I
hurting?
would actually give more sea stone stuff to like I guess common troops and non-devil fruit users. I think if you're a devil fruit user, you gotta get it. You have to use it in a similar way that Smoker does, because at the
Oh yeah,
very
Smoker
tip,
does it. Yeah, he does.
he's at the very tip
It
of
has
his
that.
GTA. It's not everywhere because
Yeah.
he's also a devil fruit user, so it could be used against him. So I do think you have to be careful because most of
True.
those active, powerful Marines are devil fruit users. Just have like a sea stone sword, you pull it out, you might just weaken yourself. Like, so
Ah.
you gotta be careful with it. But I do think I wonder if there's a container. No, I don't know if there's anything you could. I'm thinking of kryptonite and lead. I'm sorry, but I don't know if there's anything you could contain it in. But yeah, because like I always thought like. I think that's why, like, only the circular part of the tip of because he pins you down like this. Because if it's too much, I think it would affect Smoker himself. Because Devil Fruit users have exclaimed that the Sea Stone Prism is unpleasant, even being near it. Because when I remember when Smoker barely misses, and he's like, "I'm getting an unpleasant feeling from your GTA." Like they could tell, Sea Stone Prism isn't like. I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
When he took his heart. So, if you can use invisible hockey, could Luffy and Shanks do some Royal Guard stuff? You talking about like from literally from Devil May Cry 4, like the Devil May Cry mode, like the that mode? That's interesting. I mean, we now for some degree because we've seen people block stuff from a little bit of a distance, so to some degree, but it wouldn't go that crazy. I don't think. Do y'all think Blackbeard and Akainu would be more impressive than Kaido? I think so.
No.
I think so.
I think
For Blackbeard, for Akainu, you know what? I think it's one of those things where it's like, no, I don't know. What are you gonna say?
I think they're just gonna be impressive in
Different ways?
areas.
Okay,
So it's gonna
Yeah.
equal out because I think a lot of people I see are like for sure like saying, "Oh, Kaido's definitely top one," and it's like
I don't.
we have to understand Kaido is meant to take hits. He is the most durable and endurance.
Yes,
or
the
most
Smash Buster from
endurance-based-
Film Z. That's a good callback. Sorry, keep going.
Oh yeah, that was fire. But Kaido is the most endurance-based top tier in the story.
But
He's
he's
meant
a
to go
Delphi
for
user.
hours.
Sorry. But Zephyr's not a Delphi
Kaido?
user. No, Zephyr. Sorry,
Oh.
Z. He's a regular guy, so that makes more sense for him. Keep going.
And he still has the hockey arm, black arm. But
Yes,
yeah, Kaido's meant to take hits. So
Yeah.
even though we should take into account and be impressed by what he's done, that just because he can take far more hits than anybody else does not make him automatically far superior to everybody else on his level. Because
I'm with
in the
you. Their
same way
showcase
Kaido's
will be
taking hits-
impressive in a different way.
Yes,
I
Like-
do think Blackbeard will come across as more impressive though.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think
I also
Akainu's
think
going to
that-
be the
Offensive
offense version of-
juggernaut.
Yeah,
You better
of Kaido.
showcase that Magu, bro. Show me the offensive capabilities.
Yes.
of
I
it.
think. Yeah, I think that they'll probably be impressive in a more straight up fight because with Kaido, like you said, it's about more how he's able to take hits, and he's been fighting for 50 chapters, going on 50 chapters, holding up the roof
Do we
for
know-
like the last 20 or 30.
Sorry, just out of curiosity, do we know how long Kaido has been in action? Just in terms of like time? Do we know how long it's been? I don't know. I'm just curious. I don't know.
I would argue like at least 10 hours.
You think so? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Because I'm about to say, because the Katakuri fight was about 11 hours, right?
Yeah, because I want to say it took like, didn't they say it took like 12 hours to get from Onigashima to the capital? I could be wrong.
I don't remember. I wish that the Smash Buster was related to the one Queen had on his hand, but it's just an older style thing. Oh, I got you. But see that might not make sense for Queen because again he's a Devil Fruit user. I think we're forgetting that Zephyr doesn't have a Devil Fruit. That was kind of his way of compensating after he lost his hand. I feel like this whole stretch right to the end of Wano onto the next transition arc is exactly what I need to move on from this mid arc. I feel that. I think Sea Stone could be used as a creative technology. Example, Sea Stone, I think you mean Grande. Thus, you can spray a Sea Stone injection to incapacitate. So you want them to take it, refine it, and actually use it in more ways and whatnot. Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Stone in the air is crazy.
I don't know if you could mystify it, but I guess, it's One Piece. But we have, I honestly, personally believe I see Cecil Prism appear enough that I never forget it's a thing. I won't say it's overdone or not. Like Luffy grabbed those random bars and dress roasters. Yeah, Cecil in prison. I remember in Impel Down, some of the guards were using Sea Stone Prism nets. Wano always had the
Yeah.
nails. Smoker always has his GT, the tip of it. He pins down Devil Fruit users. You can go to the movie. One thing I've always thought would be funny is Luffy actually got shot by a Sea Stone Prism bullet. So when Zephyr did that to him in the movie, I was clapping. Finally.
That it happened in it happened in one of the other movies too. I think like Adventure of Nebulanda. It was a Return of Foxy.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did talk about. I talk about the
Yeah.
Neblandia. What was it called again? I remember what it was called.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Nebulandia.
It's been a while since
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
it. I've only seen it once, but
Yeah.
yeah. The
You
lightning
got
thing
shot
is just
by
making
one
me
in
think
in
Luffy will be able
in
to
the
turn
turbo.
to rubber. That's me think that's me that's making me think magma, meteors, and lights are all fair game to him. I think it's possible. When do you guys think when do you guys think Pella's showing? Pella's dead in my heart, bro. Even if I see him, he's dead to me. Vegapunk gonna abuse it. All right, I'll ask this question. Leave it at that. We'll probably end up having another discussion about it at some point, but I'm interested in your guys' theories or thought process on what Uranus could be, or Uranus, the last ancient weapon. We know one's an incredibly powerful battleship with the ability to wipe islands off the map. And we know one is Shirahoshi, who is Poseidon, who could talk to Neptunians, the Sea Kings, and whatnot, related to Voice of All Things, the Noah's Ark, yada yada, blah 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 blah. What do you guys think? Uranus is? Because see, Ashu said something that my friend said to me. He thinks Luffy is actually the last ancient weapon. He think that fruit was it. I don't know what you guys are thinking though. What's your thought process?
It's hard because you have to because it's like what commonalities can we find between the two that we know to like defer what the third one is, right?
That's why I'm like
one's a
I'm
ship.
giving you free reign to go into complete headcanon. Let's go ahead.
So we have one that's a living creature and then one that's not.
Mm-hmm.
Two that both of them deal with the actual sea. So for me, with the Luffy, I don't think Luffy is.
Neither do I, but
Personally.
but I think he was saying the fruit was, but some people think it's a very special type of devil fruit. I don't know if you believe in that. That's why I'm asking.
I don't think so. No.
Luffy broke the smash button with his bare hand. Yeah, that nigga is strong. The raid started at 8-9 based on anime translations. Onigashima Party started at 7. We're probably fine. Morning through fighting for a grip against multiple niggas. I love how you did that and didn't do the math. I was hoping you did. I can't add, bro. Do the math for me. Could the case from the cover story be revolutionary? I gotta look at it again. Probably Luffy. We all agree the strategy guy. The cover story is Pedro. Did I gotta look at that. I did not take that. I did not look at that deeply. I read it. I didn't look at it. I'll look at it in a second. To me, Uranus is
I
a
thought it
Void
was
Century satellite with carpet bombing
wind
capabilities. NL got it. Uranus is a spaceship. It's a big drill that shifts the land and tectonic place. I've heard that. Is that the Pangea theory? The whole world was once connected by one land and now it's like not separated. I think I've seen that in passing. I believe the site's called Oral Jackson. That's the first time I saw it there.
Mm-hmm. I remember that site. It's crazy. So I actually don't really have any theory or thought process on what Uranus could be. Honestly,
I don't know who those hooded, those shadowy figures are, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do
maybe
with that? what I
for
what?
for the
Nigga,
jokes,
I have
I'll
no
say
idea.
that shit that Anel was building.
Go ahead. Sorry, my fault. What do you say?
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I was saying for the jokes, I'll say that shit that Anel was building on the cover
Oh,
story.
the Arc Maxim,
Mm-hmm.
Death Pia.
No, the thing he was doing on the cover story.
Oh, okay.
I think it has to be something. The reason I don't think it would be a fruit. No, ancient weapons are to me like these instantaneous burst of power, right? So it can't be something like a fruit that you would have to like learn and gain knowledge of. I feel like when you look at a nature weapon, it's like we have this, we can use it at any point,
Hold on.
and it just causes destruction.
Hold on. Don't you have to build a Pluton though? Or is that already built? Because there's blueprints for it. So you still have to. You still have to. You still have. Well, there's blueprints for it. Remember, Frankie burned the blueprints, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
True.
possible that you still have to like you'd have to build it.
Could Frankie be trying to turn the Sunny into it?
I always assumed that it was already built though.
I would not be shocked if there's already a made Pluton, but the blueprint still exists. The Pluton, so arguably you could build a Pluton to counter a Pluton. Is basically what I'm saying. So like, but that's still something you have to learn how to build, learn the inner mechanisms, how powerful it is. So like, I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate to your point a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, because like on that same line, looking at Shirahoshi, like she wouldn't be able to use her power I don't think you'd be able to just use her power on command as a baby. You know what I mean?
You used it as a baby, remember? Well, it wasn't on command though, but
it's like an accident, like a freak thing. You know, you ran into the guy in the sky and such a dragon, so it could be Luffy, based on the ocean part. And he beat the god of the sky already in Eneru. The Arc Maxim's already a spaceship. The Arc Maxim's already
it's so hard to just.
Do you think that Delphi users can hold off sea stone effects like Superman can handle green rock? Green rock. The green rock is crazy. Kryptonite nigga. The green rock is crazy, J Wolf. That's literally like season 1 Smallville. The meteor rocks. Sorry. I mean, you're basically asking me if can they man through it to some degree with willpower?
No, I don't think so.
To a certain extent, but it acts the same way. No, wait, sorry. Someone just remind me because for some reason it's not coming to me right now. My brain's not working. If Sea Stone Prism is in contact with Luffy, he stops being rubber, right?
No.
Or does he just get weak? Because when you're in the ocean,
he stays rubber. He just stops being weak.
Because why do I recall Smoker pinning him down and Gear Second went away? I don't know why. Okay, maybe I'm.
Oh, well, no, he was
Gear Second stopped, but like he doesn't stop being rubber though.
No, because I was gonna say because I think because some people like. I remember in Arlong's Park, he didn't stop being rubber when he was under in the pool or in the sea, or whatever, and they stretched his neck out.
Was that a sea or was that just a pool?
I don't think it matters actually.
It was a gate, but it was like gated, like it was.
It was like a pool, but it led to the sea. Because remember, Momu came in through that like part of Arlong Park.
Yeah, there was a gate that closed it off.
So yeah.
I
actually do think Frankie remembers a lot of things about the Pluton. I don't know if he has an eidetic memory, but I do think that like at some point he might put some Pluton things on the Sunny guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vegapunk might have some hack.
If he didn't
hack Frankie memory, get the blueprint. That'd be crazy. You think an external Yonko Admiral shows up at the end of Wano? Give me Kizaru. Give me Blackbeard.
I don't think they're gonna. I mean, it completely depends actually on what happens with the warlords.
Yeah. The blueprint could have been a bluff. You think so? I don't think so. The green rock sounds like a next level drug. It is for Ultraman. Ultraman turns up on Kryptonite and it gets more powerful, and he flies out the path of the sun to not get depowered. So, yeah.
But yeah, like going back to the question about how their handcuffs affect them. Like, does he mean like can they still use their double fruits, or if they can just still actively move around or anything like that?
Sorry, repeat.
You can't move because remember Jack can breathe underwater, but he couldn't move at all.
No, with the cuffs on, or just under because Luffy
the cuffs can move and shit.
Because that was a weaker. The Sea Stone handcuffs. Oh, is that what the Wano ones or just in general? Sorry, because I think the Wano ones are weaker. The Wano ones are weaker. Yeah. That's why they can move to do work.
Okay.
But remember Marco got it on him. He got shot right after, so it's hard to gauge actually.
Okay, so he's old rubber. Okay, I think sea stone cuffs incapacitate you, but you're still rubber. Yeah, I got that. I was just trying to remember. For some reason, I couldn't remember if I don't know. Maybe no.
No,
You
no,
know
no.
what?
No, the sea stone should not make him rubber because Marco's regen got away when he got the cuffs on.
I gotta. Let's just look at some shit.
Good point.
So yeah, he shouldn't be rubber with the sea stone, for sure.
Well, look at this for a second. Hold on. Let's see.
I'm gonna say I just remember reading something that said that like the only time Luffy's body ever stopped being rubber was when he was touched by Blackbeard.
Yeah.
I just don't remember where I seen it from.
I mean, Luffy wasn't rubber when he was in the prison?
No, because wait, when Wiper put his shit on Eneru, he was able to hit him with the reject.
Yeah.
Then he restarted his heart.
It gets rid of it.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, for some reason, I remember them actually acting differently. Like, but I'm gonna keep it. Give me a second. I'm gonna read though. Itself, yeah, it says, yeah, sea stone will drain the devil fruit user of their stamina and nullify their powers.
Yeah. I think sea stone specifically deactivates it.
I don't think it's been consistent. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it. Has it been consistent? Has it been inconsistent?
I think so.
It's been inconsistent.
I think it's been consistent. I think it's been consistent. I think sea stone and being in water are different. I think sea stone completely nullifies water, weakens you, and you can't move.
Interesting.
Because when people have sea stone on, they can still move and stuff. You just can't access your powers. When you're in the water, you can still access your powers, but you can't move and like you kind of drown and die. Because I don't think we've ever seen anybody ever activate powers under sea stone cuffs. Remember, Hancock had sea stone cuffs when she was in. Remember they put sea stone cuffs on Hancock when she went to Impel Down. She was fine.
She apologizes a lot though. She might have been tired, low key. I hear you. I'm gonna look into that, but no, but Alan, I was thinking of Blackbeard throwing him to the ground though. It wasn't I just had the scene with Smoker spins him down. I don't think it's the same thing. So as she was about to go where I wanted to go, I think like I wonder if Luffy's different because like Luffy gets an ability to stretch, expand, compress, flatten, whatever, shrink, but also what changes his composition of his body to consistently rubber. And I wonder if for other people this doesn't work the same. Like I wonder if you put a thing on Das Bones, does he still stay steel, but maybe he can't use dice abilities? I wonder. So.
Yeah, like I feel like if Luffy had the cuffs on him, other people would still be able to stretch his body. He probably just wouldn't be able to do it himself.
I don't think so.
No,
because even in Wano, when he had it on, he was doing the training. He couldn't stretch at all, and those were weaker cuffs.
Luffy shouldn't be able to stretch on Arlong Park then. Yeah. What's up with the One Piece?
Well, remember he wasn't on sea stone cuffs on Arlong Park. He was in water.
He was submerged with his feet in the concrete when he did the windmill thing with Momo's hair. It's inconsistent in my opinion, but you could chalk it up to anomalies. His order doesn't really go half. That's actually kind of what I'm thinking. We're like maybe inconsistent, isn't it? But there's like special occasions and anomalies, or maybe the strength and level and amount of sea stone prison matters. We got to think about it. It is what it is. But anyways, I think I'm chalking Luffy up to being an outlier at this point. The stronger your will, the more you can move with the cuffs. Based on Babanuki's observation on Luffy and Udon, you can use your powers though.
Oh, and there you have to remember that those cuffs were weaker specifically, so Luffy and Kid could do.
So Devil Fruit users could still work, but not be a problem with their ability, I guess.
Yeah, but they couldn't use their abilities at all. That's why Kid couldn't That's why Kid was missing an arm because he couldn't keep his arm magnetized.
Yeah.
And that's why Luffy was getting buffer because his body wasn't rubber.
You think so?
Yeah.
But what if
that's the only time Luffy's ever put on real weight.
I I thought he got more jacked after the Katakuri fight, because even I think versus the sumo,
he was already
the
getting a little
sumo guy,
swollen.
he looks a lot more muscular to me around that part.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a little. It comes a little before that. I don't dislike that though. But I do think Oda just wanted to physically show that Luffy is different now and just make him look less twiggy. If that makes sense. If Vegapunk found a way
even
to
coming
put
out of the
Paramecia
times, he has a
in
little.
go ahead.
Sorry, you can go.
If Vegapunk could find a way to put Paramecia fruits and weapons, do you think there could be a Yamato sword from DMC that could cut dimensions if they were dimension cutting fruit, kind of like the door thing? I could see that happening if it was possible. J Wolf was talking about a lot of DMC today. What does it mean to open the borders of Wano? Is there a way to get it other than the waterfall?
Yes.
But aren't they also just generally an isolationist? They're kind of like xenophobes. Like they don't like outsiders, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not even open to dialogue. Like I'm sure if you sent like an envoy to like the world government, like, hey, let's talk, shit would change, and they'd probably try to find.
Do we know if they're still like that though? Like at this very like in this time, because that's just what we've known. That's what's been told them for the past 20 years since Kaido's been in charge. So like, and that's probably just what he wants them to wants them to know, or wants them to hear at least. So I don't. It could still be the same, and I don't know if like maybe the people might have had a change of heart over the times or not.
No.
I just want to say this real quick to KGH. Luffy stretched against Queen when Queen took off the cuffs and put the exploding thing around his neck.
Yeah. What does it mean?
So he didn't have the cuffs on at that point.
But yeah, I think opening the borders of Wano was more than just like, here's the way in. It's like literally being open to dialogue, like commerce, trading. What can we get from Wano that we can't get anywhere else? And we're still willing to give you things, like it's a give and trade, right? Give and take, right? So also when he said user and Don,
Becoming
maybe
a
Luffy
part of the
joined with
world.
Don, Vegapunk will use the Toki Toki to create a time machine. I love DMC and Lawyer. DMC is raw, man. My guy always heard the Garrison got mad of it, but sometimes you always need your questions and like things to be framed, something you understand. A lot of the lessons that I like impart on people I always frame them through sports because sports taught me a lot. So I get that. I use sports sports actually is something I reference a lot for a lot of life lessons that I haven't learned and shit. So. You know what I'm saying, bro? Not gonna lie, before Gear 5 went into Gear 4, it seems like all Luffy's creativity fights has been recalled. It's not just about Arbin Hockey. I kind of agree with you with that. I just think like Snake Man looks really fucking cool. I love Snake Man. I think it looks dope.
Yeah, Snake Man's lost.
I still think Snake Man looks a little cooler than this one, but I'm not. This is a better form, easily. But, you know,
Snake Man hits different.
What I actually find interesting, now I'm thinking about this. No, I'm sure. Is Luffy only capable of doing this in Gear 5th? Like,
What?
like,
I think so.
Like, okay, bear with me for a second. Maybe he can't go as crazy. But do you think that his natural rubber ability in base has improved and also will translate to subsequent forms, or he has to be in Gear 5th to go this crazy?
Has to be in Gear 5th.
Okay.
I think he has to be in Gear 5.
I think this is what I was saying earlier. I think the rubbering is so impressive because I think he's rubberifying not only his body but every attack that's being sent his way as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it makes it even more stretchy and goofy and more mitigated because it's on now both fronts.
Yeah. You're not gonna hurt him with rubber. It's rubber, I suppose. So.
Yeah.
I've been watching some DMC no damage videos too. Yeah, those things are crazy, bro. I'm not that good. Speaking of sports, 9 when's the Blue Lock stream? Who said no? Did I say I was doing one? I got that Prince of Tennis stream I still got to do. And a Dino Ace one.
I'm about to say, bro. I thought I missed that, man.
Nah, you didn't. Let me get that set up. I'll get it set up, bro. Because I kind of like I'll be kind of busy, and I don't think I'm gonna have the time to make a lot of content like from scratch. I'm gonna have to rely on streaming for like a good 3 weeks, so I think we could get that in there. Snake Man is the best gear for aesthetically. I think I agree. We don't need a Blue Lock stream ever. He said ever. Snake Man is a
Yeah,
sec. It's,
like,
it's
I agree. I know. Keep going.
I'm just reading the comments. Snake Man is the gear second for gear fourth form, so I like it as well. Gear fifth is his awakening, so we can change the size and mold. Oh, but because I guess you know what? He's technically not a paramecia, so but he could still like. Do you think he could still affect the environment around him with rubber normally, or do you think it's being gear fifth on that too?
Get fifth only.
So what's going on with him? Like why is it so different? Like that like because
Yeah,
Dolphy didn't
that
have to
throws
be
me off
like
too.
string man. Like he just listen
I
to
don't
Nookie,
know, man.
and he just did
That
it.
throws me off too. That's what
Hmm.
like it brings me back to like your point earlier about Oda feeling limited and
Okay.
what Luffy's regular stretching could do because it's like there has to be some other reason as to why he chose to make this form. You know?
And also, I guess it depends on how
He's a
well if like Luffy
paramecia
can just
Zoan.
go back.
Fuck it, I'm with you. he's a par. He's a
Yeah.
par. I'm with you. Fuck it. He's a paramecia. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
just saying, if Luffy can just keep going back in the form too, it depends on if there's an actual, what's the word? Consequence. If there isn't, he can just go back to the form. Then he might not just need to have it in his base anymore because he just can just go straight to that form anyway. So it depends.
yeah, and that's another thing. That's
Okay.
one
What
reason,
if?
like
Sorry. No. Finish your sentence. Finish your sentence. Go ahead. Finish first.
yeah, no, I was just saying I like Snake Man. Like it looks the best to me, but I really like Gear Fifth just because it's just Luffy's base form, change different hair color, but it's him just being able to do all of his other like he could probably do every moving that he would do in Gear Fourth, but just without needing to muscle up or
Or hockey up like that.
use
Like
yeah
like
I can agree.
wasted time to
Yeah.
make that happen.
okay. Here's my proposition. He could affect the environment around him like a typical paramecia, so no living objects, but for his body to do what it does and to turn like crazy shit like lightning and people into rubber, he has to be a gear fifth. I don't see why this wouldn't translate to him normally. Like I don't like the idea that he has to now be in this form to do all of these things. A lot of them, most of it, sure, something's gotta translate. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it
I
there.
guess you could just ask in general, like how awakening is. Is it like just like that's why it's like when you awaken, is it just you get access to everything now, or is it like you're like or is it like Super Saiyan where it's like you have to activate like you transitioning into a new stage of power? You know what I mean? I think that's the weird thing.
Yeah, I guess it still just comes back to Luffy having this new weird classification on his fruit. Because if it was just a paramecia, it would just be the environmental.
Yeah, if he's a
stuff.
paramecia and a zone, he might be a Logia. That 3-1 might be true.
He's Zoan long. Paramecia Zoan. Ever since the awakening, I've just been imagining naval battles with Luffy turning the sunny rubber to the flight cannons. I love that. So if he wasn't a Nika. He's a Zoan Paramecia abilities. Paramecia Zoan, I'm crying. Aside from the horrible dialogue, what I don't like about Blue Lock is that it only likes like strikers matter, so it's a striker oriented manga. Though it might be salty because I play defense a lot too. I'm not a striker. I'm a midfielder. I may be a midfielder, so I probably bother me a little bit. If Gear Fifth counters Blackbeard's nullifying, y'all would hate that. I would absolutely hate that. Why would that happen?
It shouldn't.
That shouldn't happen, in my opinion.
I would.
What
Kind of
changed?
pointless.
Like end of the day, you have a devil fruit. You touch me, don't work.
Yeah.
Like that should not change with the awakening. It'd be interesting to seeing him turn like Blackbeard rubber and stuff too, but like that's But yes,
Yeah,
I would
Luffy
hate.
should be
But
using
yes,
haki.
I would absolutely hate that. I would. From the looks of it, Gear 5 can use all the abilities of Gear 4 on the environmental stuff. Yeah, you would think that awakening is about efficiency. Luffy shouldn't have these time limits for a long time, in my opinion. Also, based on the last panel, I want this man to use another attack based on NL's powers. I want to just throw the lightning bolt. It's like Zeus. Rubber has a liquid
Yeah,
form.
I don't know if
so
he's gonna
Logia?
be changing it. Oh, that was it. The 3-sap shit again.
Hey, remind me if I'm wrong, but like when I think it was against Dofi, maybe, but like when Luffy was fighting somebody, when he used Gear Fourth, didn't they say that like he should be able to do that stuff without needing hockey?
No, but Lod made the point be like he's using a lot of his hockey. I don't
I
recall
thought he had to specifically go on. I'm trying to think actually.
I don't recall anyone saying because like people were like he's beating it and he's doing it. And Law was like, bro, he is burning his hockey. Like he's running through that shit. Like Law was more worried about Luffy than him beating Luffy. Plus, they were the two that realized the birdcage was still up, so whatever. But no, I don't recall that line. Maybe if it is, I missed it. And I won't lie to you. The last reread I did, I skipped Dressrosa, so did not read it. I'm not in the mood for this. I just skipped it. I will not lie. He has a Paramecia world effect, a Zoan body change. Now he has elemental powers. That's wild. Yeah, he's different, man. I want to ask you because there's definitely more to why Oda made his fruit so special. I would argue with the versatility and freedom that he has. Maybe it just makes it easier for Luffy to combat somebody with multiple devil fruits. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I do think that again. But I don't know if you hear what I said, but I do think Oda had some real world reasons or like other reasons outside this, I guess, the story, so to speak, for making this change. I do think that he wanted to just stop being limited by Luffy's ability to stretch and whatnot, and so he decided to like, I'm going all Looney Tunes on this, Toon World, Popeye the Sailor, I'm eating the sun. So now Blackbeard hasn't even awakened his fruit from what we know. Even if he can get around his regular nullify, he won't get away with the awakening. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. They only act like that because that's the point of the goal of the series. Sorry, go ahead.
Why would you? I was gonna say, why would you not think that Blackbeard has an awakening though?
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, I know he's only had it for 2 years, but this is the same guy that's been reading on this said fruit for like his entire life.
Probably because he just haven't seen it yet.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I wouldn't be surprised even if he's already awakened Whitebeards, to be honest.
Okay, but you definitely think at least a Yami no means awake.
At least Yami.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty certain he's got that one.
While he was laughing, earthquakes were forming. Like that to me, that shows crazy levels of understanding of said fruit.
Yep. Y'all funny. Luffy's so much more fun than Shimotsuki Zoro. His name is Roro Noah Zoro.
Can we leave Zoro and Wano?
I saw somebody in the Discord's comments say that ZKK was still alive, and they're like,
Zeus killing. Yeah. I saw that. That was funny. It's such a weird position to be in as a One Piece fan because I really love Zoro. I cannot stand 90% of Zoro fans at this point in my life. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I never disliked Zoro. But sometimes I'll catch myself wanting him to like suffer a bit just so y'all like don't win. I don't want to be thinking about that. I don't want to be thinking that. I really don't. So I hate that. I hate thinking that. Sometimes look at Zoro with the fall off the cliff. I don't want to laugh. I don't want to laugh about that. That's my do-rag king, bro. Like I fuck with him. So he just like me. They still talking about Blue Lock. Anyways, you guys got any final comments?
No.
Usopp Raw. That's about it.
That's facts.
Actually, no. Real quick on Usopp. So okay, I think I was talking. Was that yesterday? I was trying to talk about this, and my stream was just not working. Okay, so remember I was telling you I have for my friends who have a very passing interest in One Piece, and I know they'll never really get into it, I give them the Naya's abridged version of the One Piece experience. I didn't have a folder for this, like a folder ordered with like, I start with episode of East Blue, right? I have a bunch of videos and episodes downloaded so I can show very important scenes for something from Logtown, go to the Grand Line. Then I typically show the Nami movie, the episode of Nami 2, just so you could get the like the kind of like full Arlong Park experience. Mm-hmm. Then I go to so now we're in the Grand Line, so the Lockdown thing I told you about. I always show the scene with Zoro gets his new sword too, just people need to see that. I'll take it. That's an important scene, so I have that like 6-minute scene in the shop, like already recorded. I got the Tashigi and the dragon thing. Then I kind of like walked them through certain parts, but then we go to the Alabasta movie. But right for the Alabasta movie, I actually go to the 9th movie with Chopper, the What If one. What if they got Chopper, I think 8th, because Frankie's already there after Enies Lobby. And I showed them the Chopper backstory, Chopper's motivation for him to become the best doctor, and how Luffy recruited him. Because I personally like how he recruits Chopper over everyone else in the crew. He just says, "Shut up, Ego, let's go." Right? Like I don't know what, it just moves me every time I see it. I almost cry every time I see that scene, honestly. And then I watched.
That's actually one of the first. Oh, sorry. That was actually one of the first One Piece moments I saw animated, like of the anime.
I also love to show the feat of him climbing up the entire thing in the cold with Sanji and Nami. Forgot about that part with the lap hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Yeah,
basically, anyways, so you get it. Like then I go like to like the Sky Pia special, blah blah, and his lobby, anyways, right? Yo, my friend hates Usopp, bro. It's so funny to me, bro. Like he like his whole body, like he could be like, oh shit, Usopp come on stream on the stream. His entire body language has changed and he's mad. He's visibly fuming. To the point, like, it's like when he was fighting one of the fishermen, he's like, I hope he fucking kills this dumbass nigga, bro. Like,
Yeah, why you hate my boy Usopp?
You can't. Only thing I can tell my other friend does not like Usopp to this day, but there's 2 things that he gives him. He's like, I respect him for going at Luffy the way he did, even though I don't respect why he did it. But he did his thing. And I've always said about Usopp, I can't tell you to like him or not like him. That's completely on you. I've always given Usopp his credit because I believe when it matters most, he will always stand his ground. And that's why I've never been mad at Usopp. He'll cry, he'll snivel, he'll run him, blah, blah, blah. But when it's game 7 and he gets that ball in the corner, he's hitting the shot. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
He may not be there for game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He might not even be there for the first 3 quarters.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And he's hitting the shot. That's all I'm saying. Oh shit, he'll catch it and fluke it in somehow or whatever. However you wanna use the analogy, but however it works for you. But yeah, that's why I don't get mad at Usopp. He stands his ground when it matters most.
For sure. Yeah, that's my dog, man.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Ben Beckman is old and smart. Could be a former member of the Mads. I don't think he's a scientist. He was just a. What was you rank the smartest man in East Blue?
Yeah.
Does that
From
really
East Blue?
mean anything though?
No, not really. Like, what does that really mean to be the smartest in East Blue? Like, I don't know. But Nami was up there. Kuro was up there too, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they mean by smart? What that mean?
I don't know. Because One Piece I don't know, man. Zoro Loki got the most boring part of this arc easily. Zoro turned into Naruto, ripped the normal guy, grind to the top. Nah, F Zoro, I actually love Zoro fans because they put the rest of the community on my side. Find out via awakening. It was got enough time to use it with the but he went and amassed all of the territories that used to be Whitebeard. I would argue that he probably has some. I mean, that's the one he also was traveling with when he was just a captain with his crew. I said his crew like he got another crew. He just expanded his crew. So I'm sorry I said it that way, but you know what I mean. Yami Yami no Mi is hidden fruit main enemy. I don't like that. Well, top 10. Yeah, about my Bizarro question from Smallville. Oh, wait, what did you ask about Bizarro? I'm sorry. I gotta scroll up. Let me see. Rubber has a liquid form. Ask it again. I don't see what if you ask something about give him a sniper fight. I'm with that. I want to see Usopp like have like a actual like long range sniper battle.
Him and Von Auger are gonna have a great fight, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm crying because I'm surprised it took this long for someone to ask you this question. Hems, you picking up JJK? Fights are cool now. Because I know, like, Pat was telling me that not UG.
Yuta.
There we go. Was going crazy. I'm sorry. Anyone that I care about on that show is dead, incapacitated, or like I don't know, Seal or something. I don't, or Dead. I don't know. Like I'm a character guy. I'll try. I try, but I'm doing it off stream. I'm not doing it on stream like this time because that was painful last time I ran on stream. I was dying, bro. Which a lot of the Straw Hats would
Hey, they
interact,
took my boy Nanami out the game, and that shit hurt.
and I wasn't the same ever since. And then Boogie Woogie was gone. Y'all did not want me to read this.
Wait,
And
which makes no sense. I'm like,
Mahito was gone too.
yo.
The best antagonist. Y'all didn't want me to read that series.
I don't get why they just don't reverse curse energy his hand, but I digress.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Zoro reading a chapter for a month at Zoro starts going insane, literally trying to push Zoro a Whitebeard parallel. That's insanity to me. Only L, Chopra, Nami, in my opinion, are the best recruits. Too bad I don't like either anymore. When I say best recruit, I don't know if I phrased it. I don't remember how I said it. I'm not saying that Chopper was the most important person he recruited. I meant like the method of which he recruited him is my favorite. You know, like Frankie, they're squeezing his balls, and with Zoro, he freed him, and he's like, "What are you, the devil's son?" But if I don't care, as long as my name is spread out throughout the worlds and heaven, I don't mind. Usopp's like, "I'll be the captain." He's like, "Just get on the ship." Like him saying "Shut up, let's go." After Chopper's like, "I'm a monster. You're human," and I'm like, "Man, shut the fuck up and let's go, nigga." Like he was not trying to hear all that.
I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro.
So I don't know. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. I love it. When is a man down when he's forgotten? Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Dr. Hiryuk. If you don't like Usopp, you can't be friends. My friend's also mad that he looked up that he must be African. He's like, they gotta get he's just, the nigga. Oh, you know, niggas be sometimes. So be street smart, not law level smart. What's your favorite color? Please tell me the correct spelling of the word. The correct spelling of color for me is actually with the U because I'm Canadian. Americans, I believe Americans spell color without the U. So
yeah, Canadians are funny.
My favorite color is black. My favorite color is black. That doesn't count as blue. People don't tell me black's a shade. It doesn't count. If not, it's blue. My favorite color is black though. Was Bizarre from Smallville based on Ultraman? Is it vice versa? No. Clark Luthor is based on Ultraman. The mirror version of the opposite of Clark, where he was not raised by the Kents, he was raised by the Luthors, and he's evil. That is the Ultraman version. Bizarro is a real villain from Superman that has all the opposite powers of Superman. What they did with Bizarro being a phantom from the Phantom, whatever, is that because they didn't want to give him the alternate abilities, so like vacuum breath, freeze vision, was it the slow-mo something, whatever, they made the things that power Clark and depower Clark work differently for Bizarro, so they kind of mixed and matched it a little bit, because Ultraman turns up on Kryptonite, turns off on the sun. So they just kind of played around and mixed and matched it a little bit, but Bizarro was like Bizarro.
Taking that blue kryptonite like it's pre-workout.
yeah. Clark Luthor is Ultraman in the Smallville continuity.
We're going to hit a line of that crypt.
Yeah. Did you keep me? Let me post it on Apes. Let me see it. What are Apes to see what he posted? I'm surprised. I know Pat has to work tonight. Fans be like, hold on. I'll put this on the screen for a second. I gotta save it though. Save it as all types of files. I don't know what that means. Just save it, bro. Let me see. Not Van Auger, not Pizarro. You the top one. Usopp versus Pizarro to be the cleanest 9 pounds with 10 chapters of a fight. I lost all care when the counter was gone. It's my goal. Lana was another linger for months. Yeah, yo, that was crazy with Lana. That was so crazy. Don't get me hyped on Smallville right now, bro. This is One Piece style. My comment was about the moment they got recruited, not their importance. Oh, okay. My bad. Smallville gone crazy. Americans will use the U. It depends on the state. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Because even with your honor, we have a U in it. You guys don't. Americans typically, from what I could tell, they don't have a thing.
No, we don't.
Because I remember one of my videos would write color in the title or honor in the title. I had in brackets in the description, I'm Canadian. It's not a typo. The U is supposed to be there. Ultraman living on that green crack? Absolutely. Vacuum breath sounds like, get over here. Can Can you be objective on a story without bias? I don't believe in. I don't believe.
No.
I don't believe in objectivity. I believe you can try your very best to be unbiased, impartial, and objective, but I don't think humans understand that your socialization, how you grew up, your long term psychology, and all those things in your subconscious dictate how you analyze things. So I think you could do your best, but I don't think it's truly possible. It's the same way I don't believe in the concept of altruism. Because even if you feel good helping other people, like Brina said, you are still getting something out of it. So true altruism is to do good for good's sake and you get nothing from it. I don't believe in the concept. So I don't think you could be objective. I do think there's things you can have objective statements about. Because like, for storytelling, how could you be truly objective? Unless you say something like, the main character of One Piece is Monkey D. Luffy. That's a factual statement. There's nothing to refute there, really. But the moment you go like, no, Luffy beat Katakuri because Katakuri let him win. That's an opinion. Whether or not you believe you're being impartial is an opinion. I could make a case for something completely different. That's just as strong, if not stronger than yours. So I don't get into that shit. I'm a subjective analyst. When I deconstruct, think critically, and analyze shit, I am being subjective. My experiences and things that I think come into how I analyze things. I don't believe in that. I don't care about that objective stuff, especially for things like art and literature. It doesn't work for me. Sports, maybe, if we're talking about who scored more points, well, if you average 30, you average 29.8, nigga, you score more. Like, there's nothing to argue about. The stats are right there, so. Depends what we're talking about. British, English has a U? Okay. Might as well turn discussions to a podcast type thing with how long they go for. I'm up post this on YouTube probably on Saturday. So if you guys already were here, just drop me a like and a comment there. Just do me a favor, cause maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll drop it Saturday. Cause I got a lot to do tomorrow. I should be in bed, honestly. I'll go go until 2:00. So you got 12 minutes. Now I'm done for real. I'm going to bed. I gotta sleep. Honor, armor, colors. Some of the few things I used to you and them. Fair enough. The most I can go is understand how a story is. Don't like beloved. I got you. Like, for me, like, because I've said shit like, I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I only think the first one is a legitimate great movie from top to bottom. But I like the other ones, so I like it. I just don't.
Nah, 3 go kind of crazy.
I'll explain it one day. Like, I think Pirates of the Caribbean 1 is a masterpiece. I really do. I don't dislike 2 or 3. I don't think they're as good as 1. From a like filmmaking standpoint and like some like symbolic thematic choices and things like that. 4 I think is just not as good as the trilogy. I still liked it. I think there's 6, right? There's 6 now, right? The Blackbeard one I remember being so I don't know. But anyways, I like pirates, okay? And Vikings. I'm a fan of pirates and Vikings. Someone's gonna say Vinland Saga, leave me alone. They're not Vikings, okay? When will you be reading the community post answers? I was actually thinking for that particular video when I asked the thing for thing I was gonna do it off stream. But if not Monday, because sometimes people comment on them like after I've done the video. I might give you guys some time this time to like actually comment on it. So, but yeah. Anyways, my go-to speech pattern is I speak American. I don't speak English. Yeah. The Blackbeard has One Piece themes. Blackbeard gold, man. All right, they ain't Vikings, but how you feel about Vinland? Okay, because this gets contentious with some people. I think they take it the wrong way. Because I actually do not have any real major storytelling issues with Vinland Saga. I understand the message, the big picture takeaway. I think it's drawn well. I think the fights are cool. You got cool characters like Thorkel. I think Thorkel's awesome. I think that Prince dude develops into a pretty good character. I like my Vikings to pillage, to kill, to yell, to throw axe. I'm a purist when it comes to that. I'm not trying to see Thorfinn be like, no, I don't want to fight. I want to keep it. It's not moving me. I can't read it any longer. I'm out. Your series is actually fine. It's not like Vagabond, where I legitimately just think it's pretty. I do not think Vagabond's a good. Vagabond has these fake deep ass quotes. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there, doesn't bro leave me alone? It's just so pseudo deep. Fuck, I hate fucking Vagabond, bro. It's just not raw. It is not raw. I'm sorry. That's Inoue's worst series. Real slam dunk, whatever, better. Even if they're not done. Vagabond's man's worst series, bro. That shit's just pretty. Hot take, I know. I stand by it. Stand by it, bro. Shit just look good. But Vinland Saga, I actually don't have any problems with like that. Like, there's certain stories where I'm like, I don't like it, or it's not moving me, but there's nothing wrong with it. I think Lord of the Rings is fucking great. I am not a personal fan. That's all. It took me a while to get into like high fantasy, Middle Earth type stuff, though. Like I grew into that like in my elder years. So yeah.
I had to get into that through video games, honestly.
Say that again?
Because I had to get into that through video games. Because as a kid, those movies, that shit was not seeing me.
You have started talking about OP on YouTube because I'm messing with the YouTube algorithm, right? For the most part, that's why, yeah. Well, oddly enough, they've been getting really good views, so I'll keep the trend going as long as it is going well. But yeah, I try to keep this stuff mostly Webtoon content. Young Justice is back. I didn't even finish Phantoms. I haven't seen a single episode, and they're all downloaded, so there's no excuse. It's just like with the Gintama movie and the last Neon Justice movie. Every time I open my videos folders to make and edit videos, I see it every day. It looks me in the eye every fucking day, and I don't do it. I don't watch it. So yeah. I don't know what happens at Vinland Saga later on, Ash you, because I kind of stop around the time he goes back home. I'll leave it at that. Now, I saw Superman comic where I saw Superman flexing like a JoJo character while in his girlfriend house telling her about a scary dream. I'm not supposed to take that. It's raw. JoJo raw. You pose, baby. I've not read that Lost Child. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. I haven't read it. The word looks familiar. I wonder if we've, in passing, studied it a bit in school. Maybe, I don't know. But what is that about? Hammond, you just don't understand the deepness of Vagabonds? Whatever, bro. That's not moving me. Like, you know, people like, you didn't get it. Whatever, bro. Whatever makes you feel better, because I don't share your opinion. I don't know what to do with that. Because I understand writing and storytelling better than most people I talk to. So, is Spanish for bat? No, I haven't read that. Is that a manga, or is that like an actual I almost this manga and not call it literature? It was like a novel. I said, is it a real literature? I almost did it, and I hate people that do that. I almost did the thing I hate. I like the idea of Phantom, but current DC part 6. Wait, part 6 for many episodes. You mean for JoJo? No, we're not getting that till like. Didn't it say end of the year? Fuck Netflix. I'll beat their ass. It's a manga with a female death row prisoner. It's hard by the government to kill other dangerous criminals. That's interesting. I've watched Vikings. I've watched Vikings. I'm not done though. I have to finish it. Vikings and I almost said. Is there another one? I'm thinking of Black Sails. It's not something else. Sorry, but yeah, I have to finish Vikings though. I have to finish it. I openly admit I haven't seen it in like 4 years. Yeah, you know. Oof.
Nah.
What's up?
What do you enjoy more currently between Tower of God and One Piece?
For the majority of 2022, I actually would have told you Tower of God until the recent events.
Okay.
And in a weird way, like with what I know what's happening in TOG, like I'm not as invested right now. I'm not invested. It just like diminished a little bit. But no, I'm enjoying One Piece a bit more right now. It's one of those things where like I'm not gonna lie and act like One Piece is better than it is, but is my level of intrigue back? Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
But Kubera over everything right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Kubera is king. Kubera is king of the Nasticas. Yeah. GOAT. Askeladd's easily the best part of Vinland. Not even close. I kind of agree. You get no issues when you have Vagabond and Vinland and Berserk, Hunter Yasubo and Pun your top 10. It's just a very generic, like, I'm a sophisticated manga reader. I only read seinen and like, bro, give it a rest, man. I can't stand y'all niggas. It's just like what you like and stop trying to be cool with everyone. Just like what you fucking like. Cause you know what's fucking crazy?
Except if it's AOT, you can't like AOT.
Yeah. Don't like that. That's mid. I have called people out on like series that they herald that they actually either don't read, watch the video, or just pretending to like. I have called out at least 6 people on Mushishi. A couple people on what's the other one? Was it at one point Ubal? Was it Ubal Black? Was it called? People really liked that one. And like Berserker stuff, and not bring something up. Like, bro, you don't like this series. You don't even know what's going on. You don't even read this. Stop it. You're just capping over there. So yeah. How long do you think Vinland will go to? I don't know. I don't even know where Vinland. I don't know what's happening in Vinland. I don't know where it is at. I don't know. I haven't read that since like at least a year before the pandemic started, bro. So I want to say 2018.
Oh, damn.
Not even like 2019. It's like 2018. Actually, when did the anime come out? 2018. That's probably the last time I read it.
It was like the anime came out like 2019, 2020.
So then it was 2019 then. I apologize. Finished my first week of Kubera, cut up with season 3 today. Y'all was right, shit is good.
Good, that's it?
I fucking win.
That's it? Just good?
Nah, is this okay? Let him.
Oh, he said shit is so good. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you could use better adjectives, but that's okay.
It is. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. It's just like, honestly, here's kind of why I like Kurogami even more.
Go.
Even more.
There we go.
Those
are
peak. There we go. The zenith, the pinnacle.
Words from the gods themselves.
When I hear people, AOT fans talk about Isayama, or Isayama, or like Togashi, oh, they're writing, and I like read Kubera. I'm like, this is actually for Kurigan. Like,
yeah,
she's all those things you give those bozos credit for, in my honest opinion. So, yeah, cause I don't know, man. Like, great, good. I'm only allowed to.
I think it's one of those things where like it's just eye open. Like it helps open people's eyes. It's like, no, this is it. This is what you've been looking for. This is the treasure.
It gave me hope for webtoons. I like a lot of webtoons, but that's it. I like a lot of webtoons. If you were like put a gun to my head and like, which ones do you truly believe are of great quality that people must like not put on the front burner? Kubera. What else?
To me, Tower of God is like, he's like Goldie Roger. Like he was kind of the chosen one, but he just wasn't.
SIU. Like Purple Hyphens, I like a lot, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Hamza Kubera Merchant, Dark Times. I'm at Dark Times. I'm in my prime right now, bro. What the fuck?
You don't like Kubera?
I found that revolting. Talk about season 3 villain ruin. That's the goal, man. Stop playing with her. She the baddest bitch. So yeah, might have to read to hate on Hemmings again. Hemmings stream. As long as you read it. I haven't. There's no one who's I've sent to read it that hasn't at least acknowledged that this is some quality writing. Because for a lot of things, that's all I ever really asked. Like, back when I used to put people on One Piece, I don't care if One Piece becomes the best thing ever. It's not mid though, huh? Nah, my bad, bro. I was tripping. Yeah, look at you. That's all I ever cared about. Give it its credit. People be like, Naruto, One Piece. Like,
people want to talk about
even one of my longest Naruto tard friends that I've been feuding for years came around and said, I was tripping, G. This is how he said, I was tripping, G. I fuck with Luffy. That's exactly how he said, I fuck with Luffy, bro. He speaks to me. I was like, look at you.
That boy Luffy got the voice of the people.
It took like 14 years, but here we are. Thank you for the follow, Nature Boy. So yeah, if Gintama's in your top one, I can't be your friend. It's in my top 5. Tagashi just a guy with ADHD. A guilty pleasure I have is people who are anime only praise Tagashi, Isayama, or whatever studio that produces the series and never reading that same manga. I kind of agree with that. Like, listen, I don't want this anyone's artistry or whatever. I can't draw. I think Attack on Titan is hard to look at and read. I don't like looking at it. The anime looks a lot better. Tagashi, if he wants to take his time for a panel or a page, he will. But again, he'd be chicken scratch scribbling. So,
Which is weird compared to like his series before, which was a lot different.
I have memory issues. I'm afraid of Taku Kubera. It's actually a very fair thing to say because not like I remember everything either. Like, I mean, my memory's not good. Like I feel like I've said this a lot of times at this point. The reason that I remember so many things from my favorite series isn't because I went through it once and I'm this fucking sponge encyclopedia. That I reread One Piece all the time. I reread Tower of God all the time. I've rewatched Avatar every year. Like, that's why I remember a lot of the shit that I remember. And even still, I can forget some details. But Kubera is very dense. It's true.
Not to mention, you can always ask questions, bro.
Yeah. And I actually think being a part of a community and having, like, consistent discussions and whatnot also help.
Like, just ask Keaton. Keaton knows everything.
Yeah. So, yeah. Gintama might be next for me, or Yu Hakusho. Both solid choices. I go Gintama. Actually, I'll go Yu because it's shorter. I think Gintama after. Anime stands can be worse than manga stands. I love watching their lack of intelligence argues as well. I actually agree with you. Pat has Pat or Simi, I can't remember who first said it. They have a saying that I agree with, and it's that anime onlys don't deserve any human rights. I'm lock and step with them. But I'm a gatekeeper. Yeah. I gatekeep and I'm an elitist. And I've never been ashamed of that. I don't care. Why would I choose to not be elite if I could be elite, bro? I am part of the elite class of warrior. To bend others' energy to your own spirit must be unbendable. Otherwise, you can be corrupted and destroyed. I feel it. You was mid. Was it moving me? I'm not big on the Yu Hakusho like other people are, but I don't dislike it. It's fine. I think I get why people like it a lot. I like the Dark Tournament's my second favorite tournament arc. It's up there. I don't know where I'd put it. I know my favorite is the second Tenkaichi Budokai. That's my favorite tournament in manga or whatever.
I really like Yu, but I think the Dark Tournament's kind of overrated personally.
I
think it's a good tournament arc, but I don't think it's...
But that's what I see it as. Like, I don't go crazy with Takuro. Yeah. Listen, man, they was fighting. It was cool. They was on the stage. There was a crowd. I liked it. New anime stands built like Bio Broly, ugly, goofy, stupid, and make no goddamn sense.
Damn.
No,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Let it out.
But
you didn't have to say it. Nah, you have to say it. Get it off your chest. Let the hatred out.
Let that nigga know.
Let that nigga know. Oh, frig. I'm gonna head out. You have a good one. I'm about to. It's 2. But I need to sleep, man. I'm sorry, guys. I will stream tomorrow though. Hopefully, it doesn't give me any. Hopefully, it doesn't give me any fits. But I got a bunch of shit I gotta do tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna sleep too. Fuck that. Yes, I am.
Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate it. This will be on thing on Saturday. Oh shoot, you gifting? Hold on, let me here for the gifts. Thank you. You gifted everyone subs. Yes. Joni, Banana Bully, J Wolf, K. Is that Sunfry? Okay. There you go. Love it. Nightman.
That's a great end.
Yeah, that's a great way to end the stream. I totally appreciate it. Y'all say thank you to that man. We appreciate it, and we'll be back tomorrow. I do think that my consistency has helped. I've been more consistent. I know I'll be like, oh, I'll stream, and I'll disappear for a week. I'm like, no, I'll stop doing that. So yeah. But all right, I'm gonna start handing out some more mods and shit too later. Also, we have to do a stream where we just we decide what to do with my channel points, and get some and what emotes you want to use and stuff. We got a stream just to focus on that. But all right, I am tired, guys. I am exhausted. Good night. Y'all be safe.
Good night.